944. And remember, the bitter taste of a poor installation will remain much longer than the sweet taste of that lowest price. Call us today, 929-8944. That's Rebel Heating and Air, 929-8944. Or go to rebelheatingandair.com.
Do you plan to travel, work part-time, or move somewhere warmer when you retire? At Edward Jones, we understand that no two retirement paths are the same. Contact your local financial advisor today.
In Baton Rouge, call Tex Morris. In Laplace, call Robert Hemel. And in Baton Rouge, call Will Neighbors.
Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Wednesday, October 4th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect clear skies with a high of 91. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 1 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo! Welcome into OTB. And, look, normally we love spooky season here and Off the Bench. You normally celebrate it. And we're behind. I don't know if it was just the hot weather or what. I mean, it's kind of the same in my house right now. I'm finally getting decorations up. Should be done today. Pathetic, considering that it's already October 4th. But what's the old saying? Better late than never. We're going to apply that here on Off the Bench. For the rest of the month of October, see spooky imaging, spooky music, and spooky fun movie conversations probably going to be taking place as we celebrate really not just the kickoff of Halloween season, which is always very fun, but to me, Jake, it's the kickoff of the holiday season, you know? From here on out, you got a big boy every month. And that's always it's always a very fun time. And then you enter January, the end of football, and the other 8 months of the year that kind of suck in so many ways. Except for Coach Mulkey and Coach Johnson. Thank you. Bringing some levity to our, even though, I don't know, dude, Pelicans media day yesterday.
Oh, Jesus.
And Zion's out smiling, baby. We're feeling really, really good about the murder birds, baby. The bad news birds. New attitude. Who dis? About to take the Western Conference by storm. So, yeah, man, congratulations. I hope everybody's getting in the holiday spirit. I look forward to the next 3 months with y'all. What's going on, everybody? How we feeling today? Jake, feeling good?
Yeah, feeling good. You know, getting in the middle of the week. Got a little doubleheader with the Ducks tonight. A little flag football doubleheader.
Hell yeah, dude.
So, you know, we'll see if the boys can stay focused for 2 hours. See if we can go out there and get a couple dubs.
Mario, what about you? What's going on? Two boys. It's doubleheader. That sucks. What do you got, Mario?
Feeling good, man. Excited for Halloween. I think I'm going to be Robin from Teen Titans / Batman, so I'm pumped for that.
Look, Mario had an NBA media day yesterday. You telling me he didn't float in here today? He basically, his feet didn't touch the ground.
Wait, I keep getting distracted. So why are you dressing up as Robin?
It's just my costume. My girlfriend's gonna be Starfire. We're doing a Teen Titans thing.
Oh, okay. So you're saying like what? Like just for is this gonna be for the whole October season? Like for multiple Halloween parties here? Or
we got to do our costume
on Halloween.
So we'll see, but definitely like the main one.
Okay, right on. What about you, Taylor? What's going on?
And I'm feeling good. I love Halloween. One of my favorite holidays, if not my favorite, so I'm excited. Good vibes today.
Interesting. I'm a simple man. I think the holidays, I think each subsequent one is the better one. Halloween's super fun, kicks it off in an awesome way. Generally here when the weather starts to turn, which, boys, starting to feel pretty damn good outside, okay? You know? And I think we're going to feel like actual fall a bit this weekend. But then I think Thanksgiving's superior to Halloween, and then I think that Christmas is obviously goated. So
I think we should each come up with an idea for our costume here and then put it to a vote on Twitter or something. Like each of us have an idea. We put the four ideas.
We all got to be okay with it, though. We all got to be willing to do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's your idea.
Okay.
If your idea wins, your idea wins.
But how are you going to be not willing to do a costume? Like, what costume are you going to say, like, no to? You got to put it on for the boys. You can't say no to a costume if the people want it.
Yeah, okay.
Taylor, how would you rank your holidays? Because you said you might like Halloween the best.
I'll probably still go Christmas 1, but I'm going to do Halloween 2.
Over Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. You just hate football? Not a football guy?
No, football's currently going on.
I feel you, dude. Yeah,
man, Thanksgiving in Detroit's going to be fun this year for them.
Yeah.
That's just a random thought.
First time in a long time, probably.
Who knows what Thanksgiving's going to be feeling like around these parts come football season. Will we be trying to play spoiler to Texas A&M? Is this going to be an A&M on the verge of winning the West? And LSU, the lone roadblock in Jimbo, making Aggie fans happy? I certainly hope not. We'll know more after this weekend with A&M and Alabama going down in College Station. Cannot wait for that game. I get more and more excited for the Red River Rivalry, which I've seen journalists write it both ways. And I refuse to Google it and look it up what the official name is. I enjoy talking to other human beings and just actually – a lot of the mystery in life is gone nowadays, so I take the little mysteries when I can. I've sided with Red River Rivalry.
It is.
But
Bobby, I don't think Bobby felt comfortable yesterday saying Red River Rivalry.
It's impossible to say.
And so, look, there's your boy Hess right there on the.
What? What is this? Why is there a Jacob Hester highlight on Get Up right now?
I don't know.
Why are they showing Phillip Rivers?
I don't know.
And Jeff Saturday.
Anyways,
what is going on?
Bobby wasn't very comfortable saying it, so he kept saying, Red River. And that was it. And Red River, I'm like, well, you're a professor.
Well, what I love, Red River Rivalry, maybe from like an SEO standpoint, get in trouble because it's Triple R. And who all in here has seen the Bollywood transcendent action film Triple R on Netflix?
I've heard you talk about it.
It's awesome. It's awesome. There's a scene at the end where the homies team up and get on each other's shoulders. Like one rides the other's shoulders like piggyback style, and they fight their way out of a compound against hundreds of soldiers. What would you do if Quinn Ewers just hops on his center shoulder and starts launching just missiles?
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Really looking forward to Triple R.
By the way, Oklahoma last year, they were 124th, I believe, in total defense.
Yeah, they were awful.
Now they're 5th.
I was wrong I was so wrong on both the Big 12 teams, okay? I tried to continue my constant Texas fade.
Yeah.
Looks like I stayed in 1 year too long. And I tried to stir up a lot of fears on Brent Venables through the offseason. Now, I did consistently give him credit for the recruiting, right? But we did harp on the defense. We harped on the fact that, there's no head coaching experience to pull from. And now Oklahoma. So you say total defense, also in stop rate, which next segment we're going to talk about a lot because it is deeply concerning for LSU fans, and it's very easy to understand. Oklahoma is 8th in the country in stop rate. So look, they lead the nation in picks. The defense is awesome. On paper, Oklahoma has better stats than does Texas. They are slightly better in pretty much every regard. Dylan Gabriel's got pretty significant, not significant, but it's not a gap between him and Quinn Ewers, just from an average standpoint, but Texas obviously has a much better resume up to this point. But I don't think I don't know which way this game is going to go yet. I haven't thrown my lot in, but I'm excited to watch it, dude. I think it's going to be a big boy. And whoever loses will probably. This is going to be the first of 2 games, right? That these two will play.
Yes. I I would have a hard time believing anything other than that because the two best teams play in the Big 12. They hadn't had divisions in a very long time. And, like, this one has what this game should have. Like, it should be undefeated teams heading to the old Cotton Bowl, not Jerry's World, the old Cotton Bowl, and playing this game with the 50-50 split, the whole deal. Two quarterbacks playing at an incredibly high level. Dylan Gabriel didn't play in this game last year when Texas routed them. Was it 49-3?
Yeah, it was awful last year.
Oklahoma didn't have a quarterback. I mean, they were just rolling different guys in there. The defense is fixed. We know what Texas is. And Oklahoma probably the most undervalued, undefeated team right now in the country.
It is weird they haven't even been able to crack the top 10.
Yeah, because they're a pillar of the college football era.
And it's so I think it's a mixture of being dinged still for the 6-7 season last year, and you can say, oh, but Texas was 8-5, but Texas got the Bama win, and they had more preseason hype, and 8-5 is better than 6-7, right? But clearly now we're learning that 6-7 was more because Venables really did have to get guys to understand his system defensively.
Yeah. Even in the bowl
they didn't
game.
have Dylan Gabriel for large stretches, which hurt them. What about the bowl
like
game?
To your point, like learning his system, you had about 3 extra weeks, and in the bowl game, they almost beat Florida State.
Yeah,
and they were
true.
a bad team. Florida State was really good. Last year.
True.
So, and I ignored that sign because I was right there with you. It's the thing that I got the most wrong so far in college football is Oklahoma being good.
Yeah, so can't wait for Triple R going down this weekend. What I can wait for is the next segment. Because I don't think you're going to like some of the updated numbers. Yeah. I don't think you're ready for this. No, I can't find anything that rhymes. Whatever. The point is,
just go with jelly. I mean, Beyonce said it. It's you know.
Well, I mean, you're definitely not ready for this jelly. Nutcracker ain't, or at least the crowd ain't. My wife caught me practicing my dance in the garage last night. She thought I was listening to Christmas music. She's like, "Why are you supposed to be putting up Halloween decorations?" She's like, "Why are you listening to Chris?" Oh, and she opened the door and saw me. Can't wait. All right, when we get back, let's talk about a man who Bill Connolly called the best sophomore in all of college football, and some of the latest numbers on just how dismal this LSU defense is. More Off the Bench coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Noel Family Distillery. Okay, look, if you're like me and you love tequila, toast with the best. I encourage you to try Noel's tequila. It's the official tequila of LSU Athletics. Absolutely fantastic. Natalie Noel went down to Mexico for months and studied the agave plant, the different notes, different ways of tweaking the taste, and, well, created a combination of flavors that is representative of Louisiana. And if you don't believe me, hey, just put it to the test. It's a drink, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, go ask for, if you want vodka, you want rum, you want tequila, go ask for Noel when you're at the bar, you're in the store, put it to the test, because I guarantee you, once you taste what Chip and Natalie have created, you're going to fall in love. Noel Family Distillery.
Yeah, go to that website. Remember, you can schedule your tour. You can go check out the distillery there in Diva like T-Bob did a couple of weeks ago. NoelDistillery.com is the website. You can get your merch there as well. NoelDistillery.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP or 2.9% for 72 months on all new 23 Ram 1500 trucks in stock. All with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. Glenn West of Go 24/7 talking Tigers. Sharif Ishak from WDSU talking Saints. Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Damn it. Now the rest of the day, I'm just going to have Bustin' Makes Me Feel Good stuck in my head.
You are. As we all are.
My kids actually, great song for the kids. They've never seen Ghostbusters. They have no concept of Ghostbusters, and they know when they hear Who You Gonna Call, they both yell Ghostbusters, and it makes me very happy.
I want to say...
This is the OTB theme song. I agree, Daniel, especially for October.
Yeah.
Everybody looked around the room and did like a little coy half smile and nodded.
Yeah.
When he said, Bustin' Makes Me Feel Good.
Well, hope you feel good, people.
Yeah, because
you're not about to.
It's about to get real spooky in here. The scariest thing of this fall thus far for LSU fans has been this defense. I'll start with this. Oh, that's cool. Gandalf the Purple Gold says Ghostbusters was my parents' first date. That's awesome.
Oh, okay.
I need to go to
Elaine
live
Kane Polly
chat.
was
Excuse me.
Katie knows.
Along Came Polly?
Yeah, Along Came Polly.
What would have been the first movie I went and saw with my wife? I don't know what's first, but I remember seeing Revenge of the Sith. She had a little jean skirt on.
Iron Man 3 for
and
me.
a Georgia jersey. She had a Bulldog jersey. Yeah.
Caitlin had a football jersey.
Yeah, I know.
Do you
right?
still get bonked if it's for your wife?
Yeah.
Okay, bonk.
I think so.
Yeah, probably.
Iron Man 3 for me.
Not a very good movie. Actually, Iron Man 2 was
I didn't
all right.
like it.
Iron Man 2 was bad. Iron Man 3 was all right, I thought.
Okay, yeah, 2 was bad. Okay, yeah, you're right.
That was our
bad.
first one though.
2 should have been cool because it had Mickey Rourke with like lightning whips, and how that wasn't cool, I don't know. They kind of blew it.
Yeah. 2 and 3 actually. Now that we're sitting here and talking about it, they both were bad. Kind of like the LSU defense.
Okay, so here we go. So Bill Connolly, who I love, he's a man for ESPN who tries to make.
Bill.
I just think he does. Look,
I love Bill. We have him on weekly.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. Right. So you need to stop hating on your boy because he's awesome. Okay.
And you love Bill.
Well, it's because if you love college football, you cannot read his work and not be like, wow, that's incredibly interesting. And I use it constantly in all my different jobs. Connolly, though, declares in his article yesterday, Luther Burden III, Missouri wide receiver, as the best sophomore in the entire country. Now, maybe he says, maybe Drake May still get the title, but either way, maybe true sophomore. The best true sophomore. Remember, Luther Burden was a cat who was the number 5 player in the country overall coming out. Huge get by Drink. Last year, he was all right.
Yeah.
Didn't really get him going. They bring in Kirby Moore. He's calling plays. They move Burden to the slot, and he's exploded. Right now, he's on pace for 112 catches, 1,674 yards, and 13 touchdowns.
Not a bad day. Not a bad season.
And Missouri's 5-0. First time since 2013. In fact, against the big boys on the schedule, which, this is a relative big boys, but against Kansas State, Memphis, and Vandy, 28 catches, 431, 3 touchdowns. So it's been his best in the best. Now, that best sophomore in the entire country gets to go against the team in the LSU Tigers who literally have, so again, stop rate. What is stop rate? This is not advanced. This is not hard to understand. Stop rate is simply what is the percentage chance every time the opponent touches the ball that you get off the field without allowing points, right? So, for instance, right now, Michigan's first in the country, Jake. Mm-hmm. When a team touches the ball, 87.5% of the time, Michigan is either forcing them to punt, getting a turnover, or forcing a turnover on downs. Incredibly simple. And a great metric as well, because I don't care about yardage. If we only care about points, how hard are you making it on your opponent to score?
Yeah.
Luther Burden now gets to go against a team in LSU who literally has the worst stop rate in the entirety of the Power 5. There is not a team in the Power 5 that is worse than your LSU Tigers. So let's really, and remember last week you mentioned stop rate. You said you're the only top 25 team that was not good. And well, look what happened over the weekend. It proved to be true. But let's explore that Power 5 thing. Because right now, and this is unbelievable, you're 125 overall. More to come in that, out of 133. But I want to highlight the Power 5 thing because I think it does a better job of just really reinforcing the absurdity of this. Right now, when an opponent gets the ball, LSU has a 42.9% chance of stopping them. 42. You touch the ball against LSU, you have a significantly better chance than a coin flip of scoring. It's unreal. And so think about the team that you think is a joke in the Power 5. And then understand you're worse. Virginia, worse. Houston, you're worse. Nebraska, Michigan State, Indiana, Rutgers, Pitt, Stanford, Cal, Mississippi State, Florida, Vanderbilt, you're worse than every single one of them. It boggles the mind. The only teams worse in the country than you are Arkansas State, Ball State, UAB, San Jose State, Kent State, Charlotte, Hawaii, and New Mexico. Hell, Mizzou's 66th. But guess what, Jake? 66, they stop people 63% of the time. They're over 20 percentage points better than you. 66. We want to come in here, we want to clown USC, right, boys? USC's 36 in the country. They stop people 70% of the time. Well, yeah, in Colorado, they don't play defense there. They're 80th in the country. They stop people 59% of the time. You stop people 42%. And you have an All-American defensive lineman in Mekhi Wingo. You have an All-American edge rusher, nickel linebacker in Harold Perkins. You have an all Pac-12 middle linebacker in Omar Spates. You have an all ACC cornerback. I don't care. I do not care how young or inexperienced or untalented the secondary is. It is a failure to be last. And it's not all on the personnel. I'm sorry. I know Mekhi Wingo's good. And when I don't see him make a single play against Ole Miss, I'm putting that on the coaching. Like, the players bear culpability, but there is no way that you can have some of the players that you have on this defense and be dead last in the Power 5. It's a masterclass of failure. It's mind-boggling.
If they felt like they were getting coached up the right way, Pete Jenkins wouldn't be back.
Yeah, true.
I mean, that's a sign that tells me that they see things that need to get better and like on an elementary level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you pointed it out. You watch a tape. You saw them a yard and a half off the ball.
Insane.
Where'd that come from? The hand fighting, the constant, like, I'm going to stay on you. I'm just going to push you, and I'm going to stay right here, and I'm going to stay engaged because I'm not going to let you try to big boy me. What's that?
I have no idea.
What are those things? Like, get off of, like, so there's so many things that we could point to, and we could go to all three levels and do that. I mean, we've done that. And like this should embarrass you.
It is embarrassing.
Like, I would, like, if I am a coach over there, like, I am putting this like on the old school overhead.
Yeah.
And like letting them know like exactly like when all those teams that, you know, Indiana and Rutgers and Nebraska, Virginia, all of these teams like that y'all laugh at.
You're worse.
They're better than you.
You're worse. You're literally worse than all of them.
Like, think about that. Like if you give up 58% on third down, that's bad. But 58% in the end zone or in the, you know,
58%
resulting in
scoring.
points.
Yes, you touch the ball, you basically have a 60% chance of scoring. And again,
that's a bad number on third down.
That's what I'm saying. And for context, this is when I started to get freaked out. Is that Mizzou's middle of the pack, right? And they're 20 percentage points higher than you. So you're not just bad, you're awful. You're horrible.
And I'm also
putrid.
Like, let's just take this another step. The only teams that you're better, you listed those off. So that means Louisiana Monroe's better than you.
Yeah.
Louisiana Lafayette's better than you.
Yeah.
Louisiana Tech's better than
Yeah.
you. Tulane's better than you.
Yeah, Tulane's significantly better. They're pretty good.
You're actually the last in the state as well.
Well, you're just last in everything. I mean, and I know these problems like we've talked about when it gets this bad, it does fall on everybody. But we all know, man, with great money comes great expectation. You have one of the 5 defensive coordinators in the country that makes $2 million. I mean, Pete Golding and Matt House both make $2 million. They're 2 of the 5, and they put on that display last week.
And here's the
unbelievable.
And here's the other thing, like last year, LSU adjusting in halftime was one of the most impressive things that I saw last football season. Like, to be able to go into the locker room and whatever you did, be it with the coaches, with the players. Mississippi State, you did it. Ole Miss, you did it. Alabama, I mean, all these games, you made the adjustments at halftime. Florida, you did to some extent. And so it's been done with this staff before. Well, for the most part, there's a couple of pieces that are different, but that's like the head-scratching thing as well, T, is like you've seen this coaching. It's not like Brent Venables as a head coach. You didn't have anything to lean back on. You've never been a head coach. But you've seen Matt House be a defensive coordinator at LSU and be good. Like last year's stats don't look anything related to these stats. Now, you don't have some of the same players, but we're talking about drastically changing some of the numbers.
It just reminds me like when we were running sprints in Little League football, and my old man was always like, "Look, you don't got to win the sprint, but you damn sure can't be last." Okay, like that's the one thing you cannot be. You cannot be last. You have to at least be up there in the middle of the pack somewhere. Like that's just, like LSU defense. I'm not telling you got to win the sprint. You know, Pat P, Mo Claiborne, Tyrann Mathieu, Jonathan Zenon, Corey Webster. These guys aren't walking through that door. I understand that, but you still have two. Show me another defense that is ranked anywhere around you that has 2 returning All-Americans. There ain't. You ain't going to find it.
No, you won't.
You ain't going to find it.
Not many that are ranked towards the top are going to have 2 All-Americans.
And so it's like, I don't give a damn. I don't want to hear about how it's just all about how bad the secondary. No. It's bad top to bottom. And players that have been good in the past look bad. And that's just an abject failure. So they got to get this thing right.
And also, Nikki brings up a great point. What if you take out the second half stops you had against Grambling? What if you take out the Mississippi State game? Then what would your stop rate be? What would that number look like? I don't think you want to see that.
That's true. And I remember, and that's what's kind of funny because that's even on Friday when we were running through all the awful analytics. Somebody in the chat said it doesn't feel that bad, and I was kind of with him. I'm like, I know, right? Like, you had a good Mississippi State game, you had a good Grambling game. Like, this is surprising. And well, lo and behold, it actually continues to be that bad. So I don't want to. Dane Bergeron, shout out for your service, Dane, says your old teammate Brandon Taylor gave a great analysis of the defense last night on another show. You should get him on. We should get BT on. That's true. We need a DB. We need some of these defensive stalwarts to come in here and break down what they're seeing, what's going on.
You let BT know that this is radio, and because I've heard BT get fired up before.
Hell yeah,
about this defense.
I ain't scared no FCC. Okay. Even though maybe I should be, since we're affiliated with LSU, there's no way that we could stop them. They wanted to come after us. Thank you. Gandalf, how much do you think letting Tommy Moffitt go has hurt the team? I don't know. You know, I'm too biased to answer that question, so it doesn't even matter. I don't know. Because, like, on the other hand, like, if you want to point at something like strength and conditioning, well, then you also have to give the strength and conditioning credit for an offense that is rolling over people. Like we mentioned Luther Burden, like, as good as his stats are, Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas are both right there with him, even better in some regards. I mean, Brian Thomas leads the country in touchdowns with 8 right now. So, yeah, I don't know that I can use that.
Well, not only that, but, like, strength and conditioning, like, offensive line. I mean,
yeah,
they are
awesome.
pushing people around left and right.
Hey,
like, I don't think that's the issue.
Yeah, fair.
And sometimes, like, we try to look for some places to blame, and we have to, like, sometimes it can be spread out, and sometimes it's just like you got to give championship effort on every single play. Like, even when times are going bad, even when you feel like you can't stop somebody, well, you got to go out there and you got to play like you feel like you can stop somebody. Like, and you got to chase tackles. You know, you got to take the right angles. You have to move your feet, like all those things. And so, like, you have to take ownership on some of that for being a player.
Yeah. No. And again, I do not want to make this into just blame the right. But BK in his press conference was pretty just blame the players, you know, saying, it's like, what are we going to do? Like, we got young guys that never played before. And I get that. But what I'm saying is, it's not this bad without the coaches also.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's got a hand in it.
The players are playing awful, and the coaches are coaching awful. And they've had a bad luck, multiple instances of bad luck, and unfortunately a couple incidents where it's like, you know, who cares about football? It's been like real health bad luck. And obviously we continue to pray for like Lindsey and Greg Brooks. But yeah, so my only point is, the press conference the other day felt very much like, we're just dealing with personnel disadvantages. But again, there's no excuse for being last. Not when you have two returning All-Americans.
I mean, not to these numbers. I mean, if you were in the middle of the country, like, still we'd have that conversation. But, okay, your offense is top in the country. Yes. You're in the middle portion. Man, you got to get better if you want to get to where you want to get to. That's a different conversation. When you're only ahead of Arkansas State, Ball State, UAB, San Jose State, Kent State, Charlotte. A lot of people probably found out Charlotte has a football team, Hawaii, and New Mexico. Yeah, that's a completely different conversation.
All right. When we get back here on OTB, we can move on from this. I just had to get that all off my chest. More Off the Bench coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com is the website. And the only thing spooky about these deals are how good they are. I don't know if that makes sense. But they are great deals. You go to All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com. You go to check them out. I actually got a text from my boy Joel Stone yesterday. And he was like, dang, son, I just walked in. I just saw one of these new Siennas, and these things are incredible. I know, man. I know. I'm telling y'all. Like, you know what's the meme? I wasn't familiar with your game. Chances are, if you ain't stepped in a Sienna lately, you don't know what the minivans be doing nowadays, okay? You'll step inside and be like, okay, I see you, minivan. My bad. Respect. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
They have our respect because they have the Fast and Furious respect.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you get that respect in the minivan game, you're doing something right. And they've done it right. AllStarToyotaOfBatonRouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
His name was Cain. He had a horse along the countryside. I saw him ride. One day they found him.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Wednesday's Hump Day AFR, presented by Pluckers. We'll preview the weekend ahead in the SEC with Russ Mitchell. We'll take a closer look at the New England Patriots, and Matty Hudak joins us for a film review. It's AFR 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back, OTB. Let's get to some of your comments. Krista Kissinger says, there's no hope then. It's going to suck this year. Well, no, Krista. I would say this. There actually may be hope because there's literally nowhere to go but up. Literally. You're dead last in Power 5. Well, I guess maybe not super literally because you could go down to 133. You got 8 spots you could still slide.
Yeah, you could.
But I don't think you're going to. You know, like there is nowhere to go when it comes to football that matters but up. And I think it is so obvious and it's so out of pocket how bad you've been that it's almost like the law of averages is going to, if nothing else, even if you don't even like play any better, like the math gods will almost have to just like rip you up because you can't stay this bad. Then again, let's see what happens with Luther Bird and Brady Cook. Mizzou this weekend.
So I wonder what the plan's going to be for Burden. He's going to be in the slot. I would assume that would mean Sage Ryan would be on him more times than not. Unless I don't know. Deuce Chestnut didn't travel to the last game.
Can you just like?
Taylor, do we know any info there? Why Deuce Chestnut? Did they give you anything yesterday?
Kelly said it was a coach's decision.
Right.
He wasn't
That's
late
all he
for,
said.
He wasn't late for picking up the smoothie, was he?
I don't think so.
Have you
But
heard
I did.
that? Have you heard that rumor?
I
Rumor
asked.
is that's why Deshaun Womack didn't play. I don't know if it's true or not.
Hey,
You know
I asked
how-
Makai Wingo yesterday, T-Bob. I said, early road game, we're going to do stretching at a car dealership again. He said no, unfortunately.
Damn. That's a hard-hitting journalism that's going to save this team.
Yeah.
Trying.
No, I don't know. There's some rumor that Womack was like late for smoothie pickup, and that's why. I don't know if that's true. That's the funny thing about this, man. And this is why I always describe football as the ultimate meritocracy. When things are bad, everybody's talking so much trash, right? About what's like, well, this is actually going on, and this guy did this, and well, this is what they're. And then you beat Alabama, and it's like they're awesome, dude. I mean, it's perfect over there. Everybody's cruising. So honestly, like, take anything you hear when the temperature is the way that it is. Take anything you hear right now with a hefty grain of salt. Emil says, anyone else scared of this defense facing Jeff Monken's triple offense in late October? Triple option offense in late October.
Anytime you play the triple option, that's why you play it first game of the year, after a bye week, or for a bowl game. Triple option. So, yeah, I mean, sure, for sure. Now, ULM did beat Army, so I'll have that for you.
ULM.
Better
than you. Didn't stop right.
Yeah.
Dane Bergeron. As much as Les Miles' offense drove me nuts, I would take damn near any of them teams what we're seeing now. You had heart and were tough MFers. I want to highlight this, though. I do think because the offense just puts up so many points that we're like, let's be clear. This offense is tough. In the same way that Les Miles' defense was tough.
Whoa, and them offenses, y'all chill out.
This offense, no, but this offense is tough, dude. Like the O-line whoops ass. Logan Diggs blows people up.
Yeah.
Jayden Daniels is tough.
The
We don't
receivers
think
run
about it.
angry routes.
That's what I'm saying. They run, and they snatch the ball away.
Yeah.
They celebrate on their opponent. Like they block well. This is a tough ass offense. And it starts with Jayden, who for whatever reason, maybe it's because he's skinny, chill, or super elusive. Like, I don't know. We don't give him the same, like when he wants to not slide, we don't give him the same like tough label that we gave Joe Burrow. But make no mistake, Jayden ain't going down. He's fighting for them chains every single time. And like, just like Joe, is it the smartest thing? No, but I want to give my guy credit for it. What Clyde say back in the day, throw your heart across the line, the ball will follow. That is the type of style that Jayden Daniels plays with. So I just wanted to highlight, this offense is tough.
Mm-hmm.
Defense may not be, but the offense is.
And look, I get what you're saying, like the question, and saying that's what those defenses had, and
Yeah.
they did. I mean,
They did.
I mean, they had some dogs. I mean, Brandon Taylor might be like the most dog of all of them. Like as far as just somebody that went out there and cared and wanted to
Yes.
and had a desire to be mean, nasty, and tough.
True.
And so, like, don't get me wrong, they certainly had that. But this offense, to T's point, like they've got that. You just don't have that from the other side of the football. And obviously, typically, you're used to seeing that kind of mentality on the defensive side of the football, not just at LSU, in multiple places, but don't see it right now.
Let's just no, you don't see it right now. Brian Bird says, don't know why LSU doesn't forfeit the rest of their games, according to most of you. Well, I mean, look, I don't think that's the point, Brian. I think the point is you have to look. The only way to change a problem on this earth is to admit the problem, to call the problem into focus, to be honest with yourself about the problem, and then fix it. And that's what LSU's going to try to do. That's what they're continuing to try to do. That is exactly what the process is supposed to accomplish. Like Jake alluded to earlier. That's why Pete Jenkins now suddenly shows up. And again, I don't like when I say that and people interpret that as me saying Pete Jenkins is going to be a cure-all. He's just going to fix everything. That is not the case. But it can hurt, It can't hurt to get some of these fundamentals called back into focus about what you're doing there and potentially. Because right now, if you are going to get better defensively, like let's look at the path, what it actually looks like, the deal, it has to start up front. Because that's where by far the most of your talent lies. And then probably even your linebackers who have admittedly struggled, but like Whitweek's pretty frisky. If Omar Speights gets healthy, I still got to imagine he can do something well. And so it's like that D, Harold Perkins, that D-line has got to be where it starts because that's where your most talent is. And then you just kind of do whatever you can on the back end.
Yeah, because that's coming into the season, it was, okay, well, yeah, you're going to secondary. Yeah, you're going to have to try to find a way. You're going to maybe piece it together. But you felt good about the first two levels. That's maybe been the most surprising thing. The things that are going on in the secondary, not as surprising. Like those are things that you kind of knew coming into the season. But it's not getting pressure on the quarterback. You had no sacks.
Yeah.
Think how many times Ole Miss threw the football on Saturday. You had no sacks. Okay, the run lanes, not getting off blocks, all of those things. And for the most part, linebacker play, you're not stepping up and you're not being physical and you're not moving your feet to get in front of the running back. I know I've said it 1,000 times, but because that's just what the tape shows. Now we'll say once Whitweeks got in there, he did those things, and that's why I think all of us want to see more Whitweeks. But it's not just on one level. It's on all three levels right now.
Yeah.
And that you have, like T-Bob said, an All-American on two of those levels.
Yeah. So you got to find a way to get him started producing. That should be goal number one. Get after Brady Cook. All right, when we get back here on OTB, let's close out hour number one. We got Flestering coming up hour two. Keep it locked.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Community Steel Company, baby. CommunitySteelCo.com. Look, go check out Community Steel Company in Gonzales, Louisiana today for all of your steel needs. You need purlin, tubing, steel buildings. Maybe you want like a little, one of those little steel overhangs for like an RV or something, right? Whatever. It's all there in Gonzales at the best prices with live, actual boots on the ground, local salesmen, okay, who can match your needs. And again, they buy their steel directly from the wholesaler, make it on site. No middlemen jacking up the price. No national BS, okay? No talking to robots on the phone. Community Steel Company, local, there for you, CommunitySteelCo.com.
Yeah, go to the website. Actually, the website just got a nice facelift. I mean, it is set up for success, so check that out again, CommunitySteelCo.com. But we always encourage you, pick up the phone, give them a call, 225-647-2020.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast office products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs.
Sandgrove, join us for the Wednesday edition of Live at Lunch. We are at Roca Pizzeria on Government Street in Mid-City. Professional handicapper Randy McKay is with us, and Wes Reynolds as well. Live at Lunch, 11 a.m. weekdays on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What up, man? Welcome back to OTB. Closing out hour number what?
Good. That.
Yeah. I just read this and it blew my mind, so I'm just going to read it here. So I guess the Twins won a wild card game yesterday. 3-1 over the Blue Jays. So now they do a 3-game series for the wild card, right? It's no longer just
no longer one and
God.
done.
Thank God. That makes a lot more sense.
Yes.
3 games still has an absurd amount of pressure on it with just a bit more fairness, right? Like, it's still crazy that you play 162, you lose 1, and then all of a sudden you're almost dead. But it still makes more sense. That said, this is crazy. That was the Twins' first playoff win since 2004. But that's not the weird part. They had lost 18 straight postseason games. They won their division. They were good enough over a 162-game season to win their division 5 times within that span, and not good enough to win 1 playoff game. In baseball, doing 18 in a row, like winning, losing, whatever, that's supposed to be impossible.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah,
Congratulations, Minnesota. That's awesome.
Baseball is such a game of, if you win 7 out of 10, that feels elite, you know?
Yeah.
And then you lose 18 straight. You know how hard that is to do? Oof. I mean, I remember the Twins in the playoffs with Kirby Puckett going against the plexiglass and robbing the Braves. That's what I remember about the Twins in the postseason.
Early 90s? What is that, like 92, 93? Around that time?
Smoltz versus Jack Morris.
Oh, this is pretty gross. I don't know why I just stumbled into an MLB hole. Rays draw smallest MLB postseason crowd since 1919 and lost to Rangers. This looks pathetic.
Yeah, not good.
Only 19,000 fans showed up. What's going on in Tampa? Baker Mayfield. They're all in Baker. Yeah, they're Baker boys now.
I think the game was at like 2 p.m. too. Right?
No, I know, but I'm saying like
playoff baseball. The Brewers.
It's playoff baseball. You're a big enough city. Yeah, you're a big enough city. Like that's just and the Rays have been good. I mean, I guess I always do that. People didn't go to the regular season games, but almost everybody gets it up for the postseason. Nobody goes to Pelicans games all year long, but then if they're in the playoffs, the thing's packed out, losing its mind, going crazy.
I mean, they even had Tommy Shelby on the bump, and didn't really matter for the Rays.
Damn, I'd be so pissed if I was on that team and can't even get any juice going for the playoffs.
That's why that team's probably not going to be there very long.
Oh, really?
I mean,
where would they go?
Somewhere else.
New Orleans? Nah, we don't have the population.
Probably Nashville.
Nah, I'm good.
That'd be tight, though. I don't know. I get down with some MLB for sure. Oh, you feel threatened from like a Pelican standpoint?
Not really. I just wouldn't be into it at all, and I don't think it would work. But
but
no,
you
I
hate
don't
baseball, though.
You don't
That's
have
true.
the you don't have the population, unfortunately. I don't think to pull off another professional franchise.
no,
but
or nor the stadium.
I'm kind of intimidated by MLB. I like the absurdity of college. I watch the MLB and they're all too good. It's just all like it's got to be impossible to hit. They're all too good. It's kind of like Accutemp of Baton Rouge for all your AC, heat, and electrical needs. Go look at the reviews. The reviews are literally they are too good. Thousands of reviews and a 4.9 Guru review rating. I mentioned my recent experience. I had to get it fixed. People coming in town. My AC was out. It's still 100 degrees. Accutemp was out there, worked their butts off to get it right, and they did. So take advantage of that service to the highest degree by going to actempbr.com and ask about the Star Club membership, where it's a flat fee. They stay on top of everything for you. You avoid any catastrophic issues down the road. It's just really fantastic. Accutemp Baton Rouge, Accutemp of BR. actempbr.com. All right, coming up hour 2, we got Matt Flynn coming in. We'll ask him how the Matt Flynn Invitational went yesterday. I can't. I stole that from the robot on Twitter that's always talking to me, T-Bot. Can't believe I didn't use Flynn Invitational.
Well, it was the Matt Flynn Open, so it wasn't like right there in front of you.
Well, that's on them, though. It should be the Matt Flynn Invitational.
Yeah.
Stick around, youtube.com/1045 ESPN. Hit the like button. We'll see you on the other side.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bot.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
His name was King. He had a horse along the countryside. I saw him ride. One day they found him.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front to back boat service.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Wednesday, September 4th, October 4th. My bad. Today in Baton Rouge, expect clear skies with a high of 92. Coming up on OTB, Matt Flynn joins the show in studio for a full hour of flestering. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo! Welcome back to Off the Bench, your favorite spooky sports show.
Oh, that's your inner Bela Lugosi?
I guess so. I've never seen. What versions of Dracula's Bela Lugosi?
Like old, like way.
Yeah, like the black and white, like OGs, right?
Way back. Yeah.
Sound more
I don't
like,
think I've ever actually seen him.
Sounded more like Yogi Bear. Hey, boo-boo.
Hey, boo-boo.
Did y'all ever watch Eureka's Castle?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What is Eureka's Castle?
Yes.
Nickelodeon.
Yes.
Oh,
I got it.
Castle. I feel like you're tickling something in my brain here. Let's go to the internet. That's Matt Flynn, by the way.
There was I think a vampire. Pretty sure.
Shout out Heritage Ranch.
Shout out. Hey, thanks for coming yesterday.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
How's the Flynnvitational? Went well?
It was good. It was really good. Yeah, we had a great time. A lot of good prizes were given out. None to me.
Yeah, none to us either.
Well, you can't.
Well, y'all left 2 hours before it started.
We're working, man. What are we going to do? We were 2 hours before anybody got there, too.
I work.
So
I didn't work yesterday,
You know
though.
what I mean?
Guess what?
Like, we were there early. What did Tommy Moffitt always say?
It's true.
Literally during COVID, our job was legally proven to be indispensable, man.
That's very true.
So
the government gave us a sheet of paper.
Yeah, you can afford to take a day off of hydrating. What
can
would society do if I didn't get genital jokes and sports takes out here every day? I mean, like, it would collapse, okay? There would be rioting in the streets. Traffic would be even worse. It'd be awful. It'd be awful. So you're welcome, everybody.
Traffic is actually good.
Doing the Lord's work, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Indispensable. I mean, literally, legally indispensable. Sam Layers asked me what I think of Howl's Moving Castle. Howl's Moving Castle is great. It's great. So was Ahsoka last night, but we can get to that later. Kevin Williams says, other than defense, I don't know what he means with that. We're behind on stadium height. I do not miss a game in Baton Rouge. But Oxford, the in-game fan experience had us beat by a mile. LED, fireworks, smoke, music, more speakers. All we have is 100K plus, and unfortunately, we kind of don't fill out the 100K too often.
Yeah, we shouldn't have done that extension.
No. I should have been happy at 93. We were at a good zone. Unfortunately, we got caught up in the old rat race of life. Okay, so
because at that time that mattered to people, like the arms race. Like you got how many? Well, we got to get more.
Guess what?
Yeah, I mean the only place that could consistently pack 100, Tennessee does.
I don't know if A&M does.
I mean, it didn't sound good.
like
We were playing 92,000. Sounded really good.
Yeah.
Just
and you still get 92.
Yeah,
you
got it.
You have room for 100.
Yeah.
I'm going to venture to say the Aggies pack it out. I don't know if that's the case, but they're so culty, and so their belief is so deep that
you don't have to have all the LEDs. And I know a lot of people do. Ole Miss, Georgia, Alabama.
The one thing I want is LEDs.
Yeah,
a hard one.
A lot of older folks aren't liking.
No, they will not like that.
Yeah, why though?
But
it is cool.
It's tight.
No, I don't care either way. But I can say Kentucky didn't have LEDs. They didn't. But the in-stadium music and experience, whoever formatted it, was incredible because like every song hit, it had a purpose. There was a time, and they got the crowd involved. I'm telling you, 2 years ago at Kroger Field, 3 years ago, whatever that was one of the best experiences I've had.
Michigan packs theirs out.
Yeah, Michigan packs it out.
That's the big house.
Yeah, the big house. Michigan's only problem is they built it in such a way that reportedly, from what I've heard, a lot of the sound evaporates because it's kind of built
it goes out
instead of up, and so the sound kind of
like
naturally
the swamp's
goes.
the opposite.
Yeah, swamp's the opposite. It
Swamp
holds
goes
everything
straight up
in, and it gets very loud. Yeah, I think
even Jordan Hare, it's like 88,000. It was
yeah,
rocking.
it gets loud.
Rocking against Georgia.
Well, also, those are basically football jihadists. At that point, like their belief is something extra normal as well.
Let's not have any theories that people aren't pumping noise in as well.
Who do you think's pumping noise?
Everybody.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
There's noise pumped into every stadium.
Is that right, Jake? Do you agree with that? I don't know.
The
if I agree with
NFL
that.
for sure.
Yeah, NFL I'd say
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I'd say yeah
NFL,
for sure in the NFL.
Without question there.
I don't know if I'm there.
I guess I
or
hadn't even
in
paid
college.
attention in college.
And then again,
as much.
I haven't been to a college game in years.
But you gotta have
because I'm at Don
you gotta
Juan
have
every
a good
Saturday,
guy.
So
though.
what do I know?
You gotta have a good sound guy that only pumps it when the crowd starts to actually make noise.
Just a bit of pump.
A
tiny little pump.
Penix pump.
A little bit of pump.
All right, Eddie
no,
Johnson.
Penix pump is big.
Nice.
Penix
Good.
pump that's a big Penix. That's all I'm going to say. Look at them stats. Maybe not last game, but otherwise.
Well, actually, over 300-something yards, he shouldn't throw a touchdown.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I don't hate Washington winning in a different way. Am I just being biased because I love the Huskies and they've been my heart team in the Pac-12? Probably.
They lost that game last year.
Probably. Yeah, no, you made a great point yesterday. Yeah.
UCLA lost to Arizona State. They win it. They find a way. So
No, I'm happy with the win. I just mean if I wanted to just spin it positive, I would say, well, yes. I mean, they win with win on the day when you don't have a touchdown for Penix and you're playing defense and you're on the road. And like you said, you lost there last year and you still finished 11-2 last year. So now you're better to all those things. No, I would say this though. I really do love the LED lights. Like that should be high on the priority list. But I guess we got to pay these players. So
can you imagine some purple lights out there?
That's what I'm saying. Oh, that look tight, dude. That would look real tight.
Yeah, it needs to be purple, not gold.
Also, there's something wonderfully
gold just looks
shocking.
like a cheap light bulb.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like warm light.
What's a warm light? Like old 1980 yellow light bulb.
To me,
Speaking of, I think that's the goat color for lamps in the house.
A soft yellow.
The warm.
Yeah,
no,
warm.
Warm.
That's what I'm looking for. Warm, yes,
yellow.
warm.
Yeah, don't give me the white stuff.
Yeah, the LED's too much.
Stark white makes you feel like you're under halogens. Yeah. Or you're being interviewed.
Good warm yellow makes you want a good fire.
Yep. Yeah, maybe a cup of tea. I've been real into drinking magnesium calm teas before sleep.
Great.
As a nightcap. Even though last night I drank some Noel Reposado as a nightcap.
I drank a My High before I went to sleep last night.
Drink it. Stay hydrated.
Drink myhigh.com.
I'm still
on a My hiatus. You can chase it with some magnesium if you want.
Y'all joke, dude. The magnesium tea is delicious.
Sure.
And very soothing.
I mean,
it's awesome.
Me, I'm a meathead.
Actually,
I don't even know what that is.
That doesn't mean anything. You can't be. What is this? You're gonna just deny
No, I
yourself?
don't know what that is.
Hey, I don't know what it is either. It just says calm tea, and it's got magnesium in it, and it feels good.
Don't ask questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
There used to be this this vitamin supplement that we would take before going to sleep, and it was just like zinc, magnesium, and something else.
There you
go.
That's all this is.
What was the shot? T-Bob, you might have not been here yet. The shot, it was like in a yellow container in the weight room. You squeezed it, and it filled up to the top.
Oh
of
yeah,
it.
it's multivitamins.
That was the worst tasting thing of all time. But they swore by it.
But there were multiples of vitamins.
Oh my god!
A lot of.
Were you there? Do you remember
it was
the
the liquid vitamin. They still sell that actually.
Do they really? So the top of it was like a cylinder, and you'd squeeze it till you filled up the cylinder, and then you basically take a shot. And we just
that is how I got that idea for my original My High, in 2017. Do you remember I had it in the little
that's
the
where
chamber?
was that where you got it from?
Oh no, I took those.
Yeah.
I took those all the time. Yeah, they taste awful. I used those to help a couple tests one time. I don't know if it actually helped or not, but that was the idea.
It's just vitamins.
No, like you drink enough. You drink enough water to where you're just being completely clear, and then you drink a ton of vitamins to give it a little color, so it passes the yellow barrier.
That type of test.
Yeah.
Got it. I thought it was like talking about math.
Yeah, I thought he was talking about like for focus or something. You know,
Right.
like vitamins
Like
for
a little
focus.
alpha brain.
Would T-Bob leave radio for an O-line job at LSU? Hell no. What? Hell no. No. Okay, but real quick, the other thing that I love, and the fireworks. I mean, music could always be better. Fireworks, whatever. They're tight, but whatever. But the LEDs, what I love about them most is it reminds you just how dark night is. I feel like sometimes we take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't live in a day and age where we ever actually have to deal with, oh my God, it's dark and I can't see anything.
Right.
And then all of a sudden these LEDs go out, you can't see a single thing on your field. Like, oh my God, it's
Do you
night.
think people fall downstairs at these stadiums when they do that?
I mean,
they have to,
there
right?
has to have been
That
some
is a
sort of
great
injury
question.
somewhere, dude.
Right.
100%.
You got an old fella just going down there trying to get him a tiger dog, and all of a sudden the lights go out.
Yeah. As soon as
I
the
mean,
lights go out,
like my seats are like we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like I see so many people fall already.
Yeah.
Sober people
fall
on the stadium steps. So yeah, for sure.
Can you imagine like holding one kid in the arm, holding another one's hand, walking up the steep part?
No.
Lights go out for effect.
If you're like the infomercial guy, and you immediately just like throw your kid down the steps.
Well, what if your kid gets scared and starts like yanking on your arm?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Maybe we just stick with the current lighting switch.
Yeah.
Hell no. LEDs. It's the only stadium upgrade that I care about.
Well, look, if you just let the band play neck, then the atmosphere gets.
Yeah.
That used to be the best atmosphere in the world. Just because
it was.
Even pre Naughty Chant.
Yeah.
Still great.
It was better then, in my opinion. It was better when you guys played.
I think neck is, maybe we're looking through rose-colored lenses, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe because I don't know. It's tough. The rise of the in-home experience is unparalleled too. I think neck is interesting to me because I view it like I view terrorism. In like, what are you going to do about it, right? So.
You gotta land this plane.
So when you think about how to handle something like terrorism, right? Do you go try to root them out of their communities? Do you bomb them to hell? Do you kill civilians and then create a new generation of terrorists who hates you? Because the more you tell people not to say STDDB, like the more people are going to say it. So the more actively you're like bombing and killing, you're probably going to create more terrorists. But then are you just going to sit back and do nothing? Because is that going to work? If you sit back and do nothing, they're still going to STDDB. And if you sit back and do nothing, terrorists are still going to be trained up and, find ways to do terror stuff. So it's tough, dude. I don't know how to handle it. It's kind of an impossible situation
I think
to solve.
the public just has to. Like, they got to be responsible with it. It's cool every now and then, but when you do
tell it to the student section.
Every single game, and then you do it off key, it doesn't even sound good.
Because they were told not to do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You've bombed them and created the next generation. It's like, hell no, I want to do it. I don't know. It's tough. It's impossible to answer. Like Mario,
have they figured out how to do it to like the alma mater?
Not yet. That was the other thing that didn't stick as well because it's not as cool. But they were trying to just shoehorn it into every single song for a while.
I gotta be honest. I don't think it fits with the song they do it with. I think it's too long.
Oh, it definitely.
Because the pause is not that long.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
I don't think it fits. I've always thought it was kind of janky.
It definitely fits.
It's perfection.
That's true. Dane has 30 years of special forces experience. He says, I'll give you a class in counterterrorism Saturday. Perfect. Then I can maybe take some of those principles and we can figure out how to let the band play neck again. It's the only way to make it happen.
Scott Dye says, almost died at steps at SoFi Stadium during the national championship game. Scott, I was at that one. You were not alone. So it rained, right? It's an indoor stadium, and I use air quotes here. But Southern California doesn't rain, so they didn't really have a plan, and maybe they didn't know that the entire stadium was going to leak, and there was going to be water that, when it rained sideways, we're going to get in, some of the outside portion of the stadium, and so it was slicker than goose poop on the concourse. People were falling like every third person.
Wow.
Just busting their ass, like just straight out, just wipeouts.
Man, that seems like the worst. I mean, or the best place to fall to. I'd sue the hell out of Kroenke, dude. Get Gordon yesterday if I fall in SoFi. Just understand that.
This is a true story, and I swear I saw this. There was an injury attorney that was passing his card out on the concourse of SoFi Stadium after it started to rain. It was a weird deal. Like, I was on the 50-yard line after the game in a dome, and rain was coming down.
That's weird.
When opportunity knocks, you got to be ready to walk through the door.
I think there's
that guy was.
There's actually a test of slipperiness on a surface, on a floor that they can do. Yep.
What do they call it?
I knew somebody that slipped and fell and had a little lawsuit, and there's like a test they can do. It rates the slipperiness of a surface.
Well, this was goose poop.
Like a biscuit.
I think that's like the 10.
Yeah.
Coach Stud used to tell me that, no, he didn't say poop, but he would say you're more worthless than goose poop on a pump handle.
Yeah.
Which I thought was very funny.
Saban's was poop through a tin horn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He used to tell me you're weaker than and again, he would use different words, but basically you're weaker than a prostitute on a piss pot as well.
Yeah.
Just like, I think it's just like somebody who's ridden with venereal diseases and their health is failing.
Got it. Okay, thanks.
Thanks. Which
And they're very weak.
Which coach do you think, if they had like a book of quotes, like a quotable book, would it be Jimbo through our time at LSU?
Well, Jimbo, I don't think it was that many
His didn't make
clever
sense
quotes.
sometimes?
It was just like
Most of the
a
time?
string of curse words that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, how many can you fit in a sentence? I don't think it was any like cute little antidotes.
Well, the thing that always kind of was head scratching about Jimbo is he would call a play that was outside of the rules of our offense a foobar, and most of you know what foobar means. And by like the 17th one, you're like, Jimbo, is all of this a foobar? Is like this entire
Is the
thing
whole offense foobar?
not the rule to the offense? Because you're like, this kind of foobar. Here, pay attention, foobar.
Too many exceptions.
Yeah, it's like 17 of them.
He would always like sit there and we'd watch film, and he'd like be cussing me out and telling me all the things I did wrong. He's like, but other than that, it's a great play. Oh yeah, his was his good one that he used a lot was, at least you're consistent, boy. At least you're consistent. And I'm like, what? He's like, consistently bad.
Stud used to call us milk toast. And milk toast is actually spelled with a Q. Milque. How about that? More off the bench next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
And how about this? Get Gordon. Get it done. Did you fall at SoFi last year? I don't know if Gordon can actually help you there. Probably could, though. Look, if you get in an accident, though, you want to call 225-888-8888. Get somebody who's going to fight for you, get you what you deserve. This is a business full of passionate people who want to get, again, you what you rightfully deserve. You follow them on social media at Get Gordon if you want to look at all the great content they got going on. They got sit-downs with your favorite athletes, general life advice on what to do immediately after an accident to make sure you are protected. Get Gordon, get it done. Any area code, 888-8888.
GetGordon.com is the website, probably already at your desk. Maybe you can't get to the phone and dial the 8s. Don't worry, you can have a conversation with them right there on the website. You can find the information like past cases that they've handled, right? Past client results there. You can find a list of cases they can handle for you in general. Now, you can go to all social media at Get Gordon and also your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com. Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance jobs, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online.
This Sunday, as we bring you 3 different NFL games, we'll start at the noon kickoff. That's the Carolina Panthers against the Detroit Lions. Immediately following that, we'll bring you Eagles Rams, and then the nightcap, the Dallas Cowboys and San Francisco 49ers. So tune in on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, spooky season here on OTB, and I got a lot. I'm not gonna lie, boys. So,
why would you lie?
Y'all should see my Halloween decorations. Did it myself.
Yeah, Michelle.
Flynn loved Halloween back in college.
Mm-hmm.
He was a big
I
Halloween
wonder why.
fan. I don't get it.
I don't know.
Because
Candy?
he's a quarterback.
Okay.
Quarterbacks are the horniest players on the team. And Halloween is the
what?
most promiscuous. And Halloween is the most promiscuous of all holidays.
This man dressed as a nerd with the atomic wedgie.
Okay, I'm sure he looked
at
pretty
Fred's.
nerdy.
No.
I'm sure girls were like not into it. I'm sure girls were. I'm not saying that guys.
did look kinda nerdy.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that guys are out here like showing thongs and stuff. All I'm saying is I don't think Matt's chances of accomplishing whatever his goals were hurt by dressing like a nerd with an atomic wedgie.
I'll find a picture. It was,
So it was
it
like
was
the
very nerdy.
It was like the costume of this big pair of whitey tighties that kind of went over my forehead.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's a good costume.
It's a great costume.
Mm-hmm.
Just showing everybody your underwear. Seems pretty promiscuous to me. Personally.
I mean, basically,
Fair.
didn't you do Quailman?
The
one
ultimate
year?
whale.
I did
tail.
Quailman, yeah.
Yeah.
So you just have an obsession with showing your underwear. Then.
Yeah.
Again,
That's a good point.
Quailman,
Yeah.
very famously wears his underwear on the outside.
That's a really good
I
point.
was really hoping that Halloween would fall on a Wednesday this year, so Flynn could be a part of the costume. It's a Tuesday.
yeah.
I even like I like costume parties so much. We even had like our holiday costume. Like we have a Christmas dress up party.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I love that. I love
a
dressing
good
up.
theme.
Yeah. Oh
Love
yeah.
a good theme.
I have a costume box at home. Do you all have a costume box?
My children.
Yes, we call it the
But not the
costume
adults?
chamber.
Oh, nice.
I don't know why,
Hell yeah.
but that's what
I
we call
said
it.
just got a Star
Adults
Wars
or
costume.
kids though?
Both.
Hold on.
It's mixed. All, like whatever
Okay.
we've had for Halloween goes in the costume chamber.
Matt, what Star Wars costume did you just get?
Just a classic standard Jedi.
Okay, hell yeah. It feels good. Like to just have a solid fallback Jedi. I've got one as well. It just feels good. You can throw it on any time.
So I got
Immediately kinda
Huck
get in
and
the mood.
I got matching ones.
Mhm.
So when he turned 8, we watched Star Wars for the first time,
Right.
or he
Hell
did.
yeah.
Right.
So we
Hell
of course
yeah.
dressed up.
Did you ever end up going with
That's
any
some
of those?
$9 lightsabers.
Did you ever go with any of those? Well, I mean, come on, you can do better than that. But did
See,
you
I
ever
was
go with
gonna
any
be
of
mad at
those?
that. That's gonna trigger him.
Those Mission Fleet toys that I was telling you
I got
about?
a couple of them. Yep.
Yeah, pretty
Mhm.
cool, huh?
Yes, they were cool.
I like them.
I was looking for a little bit more of like original.
Oh, then
'Cause
you
we were
you should have
starting
told
with-
me. Then you want more like the Kenner.
But I
they
went,
have these
so,
new
but I
age
got
Kenner
one of
models.
them that
Yeah.
has that had Luke and the X-wing, but it had Baby Yoda, and he loves Baby Yoda. Even
There you
though it's
go.
not part of it. Was
Who
kind of
doesn't?
perfect.
I think it's probably why in Mando season 3 they were like, you know what? Let's put Mando and Yoda back. Let's put Mando and Grogu back together. You know. So the thing that I said that I wasn't going to lie about is I really want LED lights. I love them. But this is spooky season, so we have to talk about what scares us. And the Sphere in Las Vegas scares me. If you haven't seen the inside of the Sphere, U2 had a concert there the other day, and this is just a taste of some of the things that the Sphere is capable of. Everybody seems to be celebrating this as if it's some grand achievement of human engineering, and it absolutely is that. But when I see this video of thousands of people with their cell phones out filming this giant sphere screen thing, I cannot help but be freaked out a bit and reminded of like the Tower of Babel.
You know,
Like we are officially flying too close to the sun here, boys.
That reminds me of like what the real life Wall-E movie is going to be. Like that's the spaceship that's saves humanity.
Yeah.
And that you just like look at a fake background there. Fake canyon.
Yeah. And we're just gonna ride. No, I kind of wouldn't mind some of the Wall-E future because humans seem pretty chill. They're just kind of riding around and like getting fat and relaxing. I don't.
It's got to be pretty cool to be in there, though.
Yeah, it's got to be cool to be in there.
I don't know if it scares me. It's pretty cool. Did y'all see the price tag for advertising on that thing?
No, it's probably gonna make that 2.5 billion back real quick.
So
you check out My High.
It's it's $450,000 a day.
Okay,
but it's a steal because it's $650,000 per week.
Who paid for this? Look.
Yeah.
Somebody paid
Right.
$650,000 for this little guy to pop up in the middle of Vegas. None of this freaks you out. None of this feels like the Eye of Sauron or anything to anybody else here. Like we're just getting too big for our britches.
No, I think it's
Cross
awesome.
some
I don't
sort of
care what
barrier.
the concert is. Like if I'm in Vegas and there's a concert in there, I'm going.
Me too.
Yeah. I think they're.
I'll be there next year when LSU plays.
They're going to build one in London. I think I saw that. Yeah. So there's going to be 2 of your worst nightmares, T-Bob.
Oh, 2 eyes.
But yeah,
Not just
so
one.
even at $450,000 a day for advertising, I think they said it has to be rented every day for 12 years to pay it back.
Damn. That's crazy though. 650 is a steal at that point, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's a steal.
what are you talking about?
Absolutely. Oh, just $200K more? Oh.
Yeah, that's it, dude.
You know what scares me?
What?
Scientists, I think NASA just took the first picture of a real black hole.
Oh,
and
pray
it
tell.
is,
Let me see.
I believe it's, if I'm getting these stats correct, it's 100,000 times bigger than the sun. It's at the center of our galaxy.
Okay.
And it's moving, I think, at like, I think it might be the size of 1 million stars, but it's moving at 100,000 miles per hour.
That fast?
Black
Yep.
holes move.
And
They
then I
don't just
start-
suck
and
everything
then I got
in.
into
I guess
a-
what's the difference? If you're sucking things in, are you moving like functionally anyway because you're sucking space in? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And like, pun intended here, I got into a little bit of a black hole on the internet, and they were talking about like how scientists fear runaway black holes.
It just takes off and just starts eating everything in its path,
Just
like
going too
Galactus
fast,
style.
yeah. Mhm.
As far as deaths go, maybe dying to a black hole wouldn't be the worst.
It'd be pretty quick. You
I
feel like?
feel like it'd be quick. I
Actually,
think
maybe
you
not.
get
Maybe
every,
the closer you get to it, maybe the
I do feel like you
gravitational
start
pull becomes
to
stronger.
Well, yeah, you start. I want to say it's something like you stretch to the point where you just like tear apart like molecule by molecule. But I still feel like it has to be a relatively quick process. Maybe not. Maybe the Earth just breaks down though, and then you die because like the Earth cracks or something. That'd be lame. That'd be not.
That wouldn't be cool.
That would not be cool.
Hey, T, did you see in the chat that Greg did the research about the Arkansas, Florida State, and Ole Miss games, and only those games and the stop rate?
Oh, no. Good God, Greg.
Yeah.
What are you,
Greg
a
Alon,
masochist?
he said, T-Bob, you asked a question, and I delivered. Looking at the Ole Miss, Arkansas, and FSU game, those teams scored a touchdown on an average 49% of the time, and they scored a field goal on 16% of the time, which turns into 65%. So you only stop teams from scoring in those three contests 35% of the time. 65% of the time, those three teams score points.
time.
I mean,
those possessions
bruh.
were ending in a kick.
So if you're a Power 5 team, you play LSU, you get the ball, you flip a coin to score a touchdown. That's how easy it is. You literally flip a coin.
I mean, even more than that.
No, but to score a touchdown. I'm saying to score a touchdown. To get 7, you flip a coin. That's absurd.
True. What's our top coverage?
We looked at, was it?
Why don't we go to break? And we'll actually respect the clock a little bit. We'll go to break, and we can get you that on the other side. More OTB coming up next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Okay, Nookie says if you fell into a black hole, you would implode into a space the size of an atom.
Like a submersible.
Wow. Just like, so not being sucked apart, but just being crushed? Interesting. You know who crushes it? Central Plumbing. 925-8552, centralplumbing.org. My toilet's running so smooth, thanks Central Plumbing, it kind of feels like a black hole sometimes. I think it can suck anything down, y'all. Okay? centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. If you want to upgrade, you want to do a bathroom remodel, maybe you want something like a tankless water heater, they got you. But remember, anytime anything goes wrong, you need that 24/7 emergency service. You want Central Plumbing, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org.
Go to that website and you will see what T-Bob's talking about. The fleet is ready to go. So if you have a big job, if you're looking to remodel your home or business, they can come in and they can do that. Doesn't matter how big the business is. I mean, you can have, as I tell you all the time, something downtown where you have the entire floor to yourself and you got multiple restrooms in there. Doesn't matter. They can come in and they can get that work done. 225-925-8552.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP or 2.9% for 72 months on all new 23 Ram 1500 trucks in stock. All with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. Glenn West of Go 24/7 talking Tigers. Sharif Ishak from WDSU talking Saints. Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Who's watching me?
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
If you're hearing these two talk, they're sitting here arguing about flag football route combinations.
Not really flag football.
I don't tell you how to hit the 3 technique.
Look, all I'm saying is Matt is calling out Jake, saying that he thinks what Jake is talking about here is bad coaching, bad play design, and Jake is trying to convince him that is not the case.
Oh, I'm not convincing him. That is not opinion. That is fact.
Oh, wow. Okay, here we go.
No, it is one of the
dissension
things
among the ranks?
No, one of the things Flynn and I talked the most about.
I think 25 different offenses never saw this one.
Really? Oh, we made a living.
Is it 25 different offenses a real thing? I mean, when you really think about it, like how many offenses do you think you actually learned? 12?
Malcolm Floyd understood this very, very well, but it doesn't matter. We're talking actually about quarters coverage.
I don't even know that person.
And how really? Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't know people. You don't even. That's not here nor there. You not knowing somebody.
Would you, Matt? Would you take play calling duties away from Jake if you were the head coach?
After this, yeah.
Wow.
I'm not saying the play is different. The instruction.
Oh, so he didn't like
the
coaching.
The
coaching.
There,
wow.
The coaching. There's
a void there.
I mean, yeah, bro.
Anyways,
I would just run around, let the quarterback throw you open.
It's a quarterback because a quarterback's scared to throw into quarters. Into the void. If the inside guy
talking about the void?
Face down the void. The soft spot in the zone. We don't know about the void. What are you talking about? The void. The black hole of the defense.
Again, this was to crap on quarters coverage, which right now, Matt asked me to look it up what the lead coverage for LSU was defensively.
I had a feeling.
Quarters coverage 35% of the time was the winner. That's where this conversation started.
And I'll be honest with you. It was the least shocking thing I've heard.
So how much quarters has LSU been playing? Sorry,
35%.
35%.
And for years, y'all two have been
poo-pooing on quarters.
Anti-quarters.
It's the worst.
And we're running it a third of the time.
You do it in my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong here with your thought process, you do it to kind of play safe and to shore it up. And you made a great point. I mean, coaches think it helps out in the run game as well.
Okay.
I think it's too safe. I think there's too many ways to attack it.
Yeah, so coaches play because I think you just quoted an old school coach. It shores things up. So it's a way of playing like cover, like a little kind of a soft coverage, but your safeties are both at 8 to 12 yards from the line of scrimmage. So it kind of like keeps them involved in the run game.
Okay.
That is also the reason why, like, if you're a quarterback and you're worth your salt and at any level, when you see quarters coverage, like we were always licking our chops, because you can take hitches on the outside every play.
Yeah,
because the corners are taught not to jump.
Right.
The backer or the nickel back from the inside is the person that is supposed to cover 5 yard.
And there's no way they're getting there.
They're not getting there.
No.
Not if
There you
you're
go, Taylor.
not if
That's why
everything's on
the
time, right?
cornerbacks are playing.
And then that's
so the
why
quarterbacks are so soft.
And the safeties are down, so they have to be looking run first. So like you play action post them. I mean, that's why you just see so many big plays, and it's just a really S coverage.
So what if I told you that LSU
Safe?
evolved their version of quarters, and they have the D line playing a bit back as well, right? To really keep everything in front of you. It's a nice little next step, a little wrinkle that the Tigers are throwing into the mix. Get a yard and a half off the ball, make sure nobody gets behind you.
Sure, I'd be confused.
Did that jump off the screen to you as well? Just how far back the D line was playing Saturday?
No, not really.
It
Quarterbacks
shocked and
don't waste their
appalled
time
me.
looking at
It
defensive
shocked
linemen.
and appalled me. I could not understand it.
You just told me earlier. Read the 3 technique or something.
Don't tell me how to.
Bro, you had to be
lead
impressed.
block on a zone.
You had to be impressed with some of those. You had to be impressed with some of those throws that Jayden was making on Saturday. Huh?
Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the D line right there. I don't understand that. And that's in the first quarter. They did that throughout the game.
They want to get a running start.
Yeah, exactly. They allow the offensive line a running start, which I used to love that. Like, you don't want to play up in my face where I have to, like, especially as a center. It's like so nice if somebody wants to play back. Like, I got time to snap it and kind of get my okay, cool. And if like papa, like go one hand and the other. Okay, hell yeah, dude.
Let's do this.
But seriously, I feel like
did they
I
have
saw
some like offsides like the week before or
No.
something?
Nope.
Nothing that like they could have been overcoached or something on.
Nope. And I just always remember Ed O back in the day yelling credit card, when we were at Ole Miss football camp back a long time ago. Ole Miss football camp featuring assistant coaches Hugh Freeze, Ryan Nielsen, among others. I will say this for Jayden, Matt. I felt like I saw him make throws that I didn't think he was capable of making this last game. There were like 2 anticipatory ones over the middle where he was throwing behind, which I know is very basic. So I'm like you, NFL quarterback, but it's not something that I've ever seen Jayden do this consistently, where it's like a route's breaking, linebackers dropping, and he's throwing, like it looks like, whoa, where's he throwing to? And then underneath the safety over the linebacker, it's breaking behind. I can show you that during the break. I can show you the clips. He's hitting guys, and then I would say dropping in the bucket on the outside. Those tight red zone throws, the 3rd and goal touchdown fade. I was very impressed with, and a lot of those deep balls as well. Because like coming out of FSU, that was the thing. Like after watching that fade against FSU, I was like, that's the worst throw I've ever seen. When he threw it in the DB's back, his lower back.
Sure.
And Malik's like, you gotta get it up.
So the one thing that he does really well, he does a lot of things really well, but like the one thing he consistently does and has been doing is throwing a nice deep ball and a nice fade route. Like he throws it up, he gets a lot of loft on it, lets the receiver adjust to it, and they've had a lot of success. And he has a good feel for that. Some of the stuff that if you want to consider any struggles or talk about that, let me just back up and say, watching the game, was I impressed with him? Yeah, of course. Thank God that he was on the field that night.
Yeah,
because it wouldn't have been close. Like if he's not doing like the special things that he does. I mean, it's like what else did we really have that night? So thank God for him. But if you want to just break down as a quarterback, some of the things that he struggled is what you're talking about. The more anticipation throws, the more accurate throws from like your low to mid-level range.
And I feel like this was the best I've ever seen him do on those throws.
Mm-hmm. And he's had games. Yeah. Like even last year had games where he's done really well, but it what you saw last year is kind of go back and forth week to week on some of those. He's always doing the really good things he does well. He always does that. It's just, but you're seeing a lot more growth from him this year, and I got no negative for him.
The oh man, I can't. I had something in my brain and I lost it. Oh well.
I like to see him start out a little bit hotter.
I didn't think that this start was so bad. He had the fumble, which kind of discolored it. But like they were going to kick a field goal. That should have been a scoring drive.
I mean, I'm looking for something, but
yeah.
No,
I mean, last game he started awful. This game I felt like was because you get down 14-0, but then he immediately makes it 14-7, 21-7, 21-14, et cetera, et cetera.
But he just needs to run this route Jacob was talking about.
It'll work.
I should say, guys, that Greg adjusted his research and took out like when teams have been into the half possession, like kneeling the ball, right?
Yeah.
And the stop rate, the stop rate lowers to 31%. So 69% of the time the team scores. Nice. And the touchdown rate rises to 53%. So you have a better than a coin flip chance of scoring a touchdown if you're a Power 5 team and you touch the ball against LSU.
Cool.
And now you have Brady Cook and Luther Burden, and you're in Como. And thank God that kickoff's at 11 a.m., okay? Because Missouri at night would be weird. 69%. How about that?
Nice.
I know. If you were in Como at night, though, that place could get pretty frisky. Like, I'm actually very excited that game's at 11 a.m., and you're not going to have to deal with that night St. Louis crowd. Because this is what? This is the first time.
It's 11?
Yeah.
Come on.
It's the first time they've been undefeated since this late in the season, since 2013. Yeah. They're ranked. They got sexy offense for the first time forever.
Confidence through the roof.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fight, boys. And you lost last time you went to Como. Don't forget.
They got to be feeling it too, because Drew Lock played a little bit the other night.
Yeah. He did.
Yeah. Yep.
Were you just naming the one Mizzou player that you could remember?
You get it.
I always think about Dorial Green Beckham. Dorial Green Beckham's the one Mizzou player that I remember.
He was the quarterback while we were playing.
Oh yeah.
They lost to Oklahoma.
Yeah, Chase Daniel.
Had a really good game in Atlanta against Auburn, right?
Green Beckham? Oh, yeah. Dorial Green Beckham. I thought he was going to be like the greatest NFL wide receiver ever. Him and LaCron Treadwell are the two receivers. I was like, these guys are going to be awesome. And then they never quite panned out.
Look.
Treadwell exploded his leg, didn't he?
No, he just.
Yeah, he did.
Well,
but he
just didn't.
Ole Miss, right?
Yeah, but no, remember how bad he broke his leg and fumbled? Yeah.
Yeah, just never. It's like cases like that. Like, I just try to remind people. Like, a lot of it's about timing and opportunity and all that stuff, but it's really hard.
It's hard to
make it in the NFL.
For sure.
Like, you got people coming for your head every day. Every day.
Who's the receiver from the Rams right now? He's the 21st receiver selected in this last draft. And he's leading the entire NFL and everything.
Yep. Yeah. Did you see the stats, like the fastest receivers to like a certain amount of yards? I saw it pop up on Twitter. I didn't memorize the stat, but it was Calvin Johnson, Cooper Kupp, and then this kid.
Yeah.
Like, what is the one thing they all have in common?
Yeah, very true.
Matt Stafford.
True.
Yeah.
Yep.
Matt, I know. You remember you and
he's a baller.
You used to you and Michael Sam used to exchange pictures all the time. I remember that's another Mizzou player. When we get back, let's close out hour number 2 of OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
K2Z window coverings, K2ZBlinds.com. That's KTOZBlinds.com. Me and Jake had the best sit down with Brandon Barton yesterday, and it was fascinating getting the story of K2Z. Here's a man who, he's a Baton Rouge native, and back in the day, his grandmother is the secretary of Junior League, right? So she's dealing with a bunch of women that maybe want some windows, drapery, stuff like that. She's kind of doing that. Well, Brandon gets out of college. He's like, you know what? I think I want to go for this thing. I think I want to do it full time. And with swequity, hard work, and elbow grease, he built K2Z into what it is nowadays. And look, man, you're looking to take your outdoor kitchen to the next level. Maybe, maybe you're into interior design. Maybe your wife or husband, whoever is in your family, get bonus points by bringing Brandon into the home. Get that free professional estimate where he lays out the plan to maximize your home. K2ZBlinds.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Life in Louisiana is a song. A symphony of sound, colors, and movement. Life is here, now. For life's moments, big and small, always there. The right card, the right care.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Wednesday's Hump Day AFR, presented by Pluckers. We'll preview the weekend ahead in the SEC with Russ Mitchell. We'll take a closer look at the New England Patriots, and Matty Hudak joins us for a film review. It's AFR 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
You haven't done that. Why does Eli Drinkwitz look like Ed Holmes? He does. It's true.
I honestly think he looks a little bit like Kirby Smart, like Kirby Smart's little brother, since he took his glasses off.
They have the same shape, certainly. Kind of a boyish haircut, kind of a Hobbit type of body.
They are not the same person.
No.
Different personalities, for sure.
Drink much cooler?
Drink is very witty.
I feel like he's had some really good sound
He's very
press
witty.
conferences.
He strikes me as nerdy.
He's not.
Drink?
Drink.
No,
yeah.
well, he does
He's
look
not.
like that.
He does
with
look
glasses,
like it,
but
yes.
everybody always says that he's like
you were talking about with
cool.
Carmichael the other day.
What
Like
makes somebody nerdy?
I get that vibe from Drinkwitz.
What? Oh, that's a good question.
Like,
I
I would
think
say,
he
like-
means more dorky.
Yeah.
Nerd, because anybody, we're nerds about football,
Yeah.
right? Anybody can be nerdy about something. Matt's nerdy
It's
about
like, I think it's
hydration.
like a good, like, Tom Brady's kind of a nerd when you talk to him, but like
Yes.
he parties and like has a really good
Yeah.
time, right?
No, everybody's got a nerd. Nerd to me is just passion for something. Everybody's nerdy about something.
Yeah, you nerd out.
Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds, great movie.
Drinkmyhigh.com. Drinkmyhigh.com.
Drink all of the My High.
Well, not all of it. I mean, you still want to have.
We can
supply
make
and
more.
demand. You can't. Okay.
Yeah. It's like Moffat telling us to don't try to drink every beer in Baton Rouge because they'll just make more.
On a bye week, yeah. Like
Mm.
they will brew more beer in Baton Rouge.
You can try to drink every Mile High in Baton Rouge. I will make more.
Jeffrey Dazert. Oh my God.
What?
Easy guy.
At what point does BK stop repeating himself on our D? And that's just the inexperience. For years, we started true freshmen at corner, and we're downright nasty on that side of the ball. I think the difference is these freshmen are not those freshmen. You know? You bring in Pat P as a freshman, that's different. You bring in Tyron Matthews as a freshman, which you didn't have great expectation for, but that's different.
Yeah, Chad Jones as a freshman was a little different.
Yes.
They also didn't play quarters 35% of the time.
Well, no, like we said, we used to be man, and now we're just little weak zone boys.
I wonder how far.
But I'll accept that. I'll accept that you can't man up on this defense. Like I'm fine with that.
There's more you can do than.
Yes. Yeah. True. Very true.
Ooh, I can go back to 2005.
And again, we're also basing this off of some person we don't even know on PFF ranking these. Like, I'm always skeptical because do these people really know what they're looking at?
So
like, if I went back and broke it down, would the stats be the same?
So I find that's why I don't
Let's
get
look.
married necessarily to like the hard number, but it's probably in the right range. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like what? Maybe it's 25%. Yeah. Still too much.
There's probably a lot of variation to they might be playing 4 with some sort of pressure behind it or some different stuff.
There's a variation, and sometimes they'll break it down into different little categories. But I mean, for the most part, quarters is probably the easiest to recognize.
Yeah, it's probably the easiest. But you could also run quarters or any coverage like 10 different times with like 10 different like slight variations that like when we were in the league, we would have a name for all those variations.
Yes.
Where here it's just kind of generically categorized.
Yeah.
Man, Matt, I'm sad to see you go, man.
But you love to watch me leave.
True. Especially nowadays. You're looking very in shape.
Thank you. I'm in my prime.
Really? Mm-hmm. Your prime wasn't when you were an NFL player making millions of dollars?
I don't think
Was that your physical prime?
Nope. Right
Keep
now.
telling yourself that.
A 38-year-old, 38, right?
yep.
Yeah, yeah, 38-year-old father of 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hydration.
Businessman.
Yeah.
Businessman.
Who has his own golf
Hey,
tournament.
do you want to go to Renfest with me soon?
What's that?
In Hammond, Renaissance Fair. It's super fun for the family, dude. We've been going every year for about a decade now.
When is it?
I finally got the hookup to our boy from Community Steel Company's aunt.
Can I
He's
joust?
the person behind it all. Yeah, there's a joust, bro. It's awesome.
It's called a
No,
lance.
you can't joust.
Hello.
Well, we can do it. Me and when I beat Dick
Good boy.
Dixon's ass back in the day, we can fight on a log with those American Gladiator
Sweet.
sticks.
When is it?
Throughout, I think November, December, and October. Open it up soon.
We are
3 months long.
I'll look over.
Off the
Maybe
bench
2
with
months.
Hester
I'll
and
get the exact
T-Bob.
date. Go to Patient Plus Urgent Care, patientplusuc.com, patientplusuc.com. Ask about the new membership. Saving money. You do save big money if you do it. Look, it's $20 a month, but you get unlimited visits, y'all. And if you don't want to do like a subscription, because I get that, if you pay up front, you get an additional 10% off. So you save even more money. Guys, you go twice, you've already come out ahead, okay? So no more do you have to play that awful American game of, am I sick enough to pay for this? Because you already did. So you could just go in unlimited times, any steroid shots, infections, anything, whatever, cold, flu, it doesn't matter. Unlimited visits, Patient Plus Urgent Care, patientplusuc.com.
Yeah, go to the website. Remember, you can schedule your appointment on the website. Now, we always know walk-ins are always welcome as well. They are there for every convenience for you. There's a location in the Baton Rouge area that is convenient for you. You can find all of those on the website. Remember, again, schedule an appointment online before you get there. patientplusuc.com. Get in and get better.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Wednesday, October 4th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect clear skies with a high of 92. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can now catch that up at the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
OTB, OT.
Let we go.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
So, dude, welcome back. Hour 3 of OTB. T-Bob, Jake, Mari Taylor hanging out with you today. Oh, you forgot your headphones. Don't want to forget those.
Yeah, that's what happens when you bring your own.
YouTube.com/1045 ESPN. I think we're going to talk a lot of college football in this last hour. Maybe touching the Saints somewhere as well. Greg Lamont saying, shout out to Mizzou for making this game early so I can save my money and not have to go to the bar and watch this BS. Well, hey now, Greg, hold on now, Bo. Who said nothing about not going to a bar? Okay. Because I'm going to be at Don Juan on Saturday at 11 a.m. The doors will be open and the drinks will be flowing. So we're going to need you there, okay? We need everybody to come on out. And I will say this again, guys, we never want to reach the point where we are so proud or so soft or so brittle that a couple of losses are going to take you to cause you to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Okay, we wait for a long time for football season. Don't be scared that Mizzou looks good. Get excited that Mizzou looks good. Don't be scared of the fight. Embrace the fight. It's everything we talked about yesterday. Saturday's going to be fun as hell. Is it going to make you angry as hell at times? I'm sure, you know? I mean, Jake, I'm done coming up with any fantasies in my head where I feel like they're just going to, you know, do something they haven't done before. I'll wait for them to prove to me that they can stop Brady Cook and Luther Burden, who have been dominant. But I'll be damned, I'm excited to go watch it play. And plus, like, watching this offense is exciting every single weekend. And it's fun to watch this O-line kick ass. Logan Diggs continue to emerge. Jayden Daniels dropping dimes in the bucket. Oh, Greg doesn't live in Baton Rouge. Okay, well, everybody else, though, come on out to
look, have car, will travel.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Greg doesn't live here, but
it's true.
Have car, will travel.
Yeah, just drive. What's that from? Have car, will travel.
I just made it up.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought for some reason I thought for sure that was like the lawns.
No. Yeah, drive.
Yeah. So let's get ready for a fight,
Greg
boys.
in Austin.
We're actually.
Have that right?
I almost feel bad that I started with stop rate today. It's just that I feel like we had to kind of put a bow on it. From this hour on, though, no more looking back. You know what I'm saying? We're done. Ole Miss happened. It is what it is. We're looking forward only. Okay, we are looking forward to this weekend. We'll watch Mizzou film later today. Have a good idea of how Missouri's having success. Now, we will do the thing that we talked about where, like, okay, if Mizzou's offensive line looks bad, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that they're bad because we do have to start to adjust for back-to-back bad O-lines having some success against LSU. But, yeah, we're looking forward, baby. We're on to Como, finally. And I'm excited. I want to go play spoiler to Eli Drink Piss and Company. Go teach him a little lesson about who the real Tigers are. Plus, I mean, don't we owe them for 2020? Breaking Miles Brennan's
that's true.
abs?
Yeah. Had an injury that doctors literally had never seen.
Yeah. And he was balling.
Yeah, he was.
He finally had his moment. He was balling out, kicking ass, throwing touchdowns, 500 yards. We had a Rick Gilbert at that time. It's all Mizzou's fault. Rick Gilbert kicked ass that game.
This kind of seems like a similar team through the first 3 games, and that the offense is going to score a lot of points.
Well, but the offense this year is way better. But I see what you're saying.
Statistically, they're similar, though. Like, to your point.
Are they, though? Because even in that maybe they are. Maybe they are. I don't know.
A lot of yards.
I would like to compare the two because I still, again, I feel like this offense is extra normal because, well, the offensive line is just so incredible. And the wide receivers are so incredible. And Daniels can run for 100 and throw for 4.
Who'd you have outside of Terrace Marshall?
Marshall.
And then I guess.
Well, he ended up sitting out, too.
You had
later in the season.
That was freshman year. Kayshawn.
Yeah,
you still had Racy McMath, and you had Jeray Jenkins. Those were kind of your top 4.
God, Jeray was here for 12 years.
Yeah.
Always delivered.
So we are on to this weekend. You know who else on this weekend? Texas and Oklahoma. You want to hear some interesting numbers? Let's look at Big 12 ranks. First in the conference, scoring 47 points a game, Oklahoma. Texas is 4th at 36. First in scoring defense, Oklahoma, 10.8. Texas is 2nd at 12.8. Dylan Gabriel averages 318 yards a game. That's first. Quinn Ewers, 271. That's third. Gabriel, 75% completion. 75. That's first. Dylan Gabriel, 66. That's third. Quinn Ewers. Dylan Gabriel, 10.1 yards per attempt. That's second in the conference. Quinn Ewers, 9.2. That's third. Dylan Gabriel, 15 touchdowns. That's first. Quinn Ewers, 10 touchdowns. That's third. And then Dylan, so 2 picks, 2 Quinn's 1. Oklahoma leads the conference in TFLs, but Texas has 13 sacks. Oklahoma's 8. One area of separation positively for Oklahoma. They lead the conference in third down percentage, converting 55% of the time. Texas is 8th at 42, but one positive for Texas, Oklahoma is the most penalized team in the Big 12. Texas is the 3rd least penalized. Both teams are the best in the conference to get off the field on third down. Texas allowing 26% conversion. OU just 27. OU's a dominant +8 in turnover margin. Lead the nation with 10 picks. Texas +4. So again, like we talked about, just purely statistically on paper, Oklahoma slightly better than Texas. However, Texas does have much better wins. I mean, Wyoming's a good win. The Kansas win is a really good win. And obviously Alabama is. And credit Oklahoma. The defense has been great every game. But, 20-6 against Cincinnati's not the best. Cincinnati lost to Miami, Ohio, and BYU. 28-11 against SMU. You want more out of that. So what do you think the truth is here, Jake? Like, even though Oklahoma's statistically better, do you still like Texas going into this game?
Also, Oklahoma, one of only 2 teams that has not given up a rushing touchdown yet. I mean, just another stat to kind of throw their way. Now, I understand why Texas is the favorite. I do. And Dylan Gabriel's playing outstanding.
Playing
and,
awesome.
I mean, he is really the key to that team. He has been for the last 2 years. When you look at, like, conference play, points for, 70 for Oklahoma, 78 for Texas. Points against, 26 for Oklahoma, 20 for Texas. So these teams feel very evenly matched. And I think it is going to come down to the playmakers. And so that's why I think Texas probably wins in a little bit of a shootout. Like, I think both these defenses will make plays, but I think that Texas playmakers and Quinn Ewers understanding exactly how to get them the football will win out in the end. I'm expecting, though, a 4-quarter battle. Like, Oklahoma deserves to be in this conversation. They deserve to be in this game with all the hype surrounding this game. And, you know, they're still sitting there at 12, like we talked about earlier in the show, and I don't know why pollsters are reluctant to put them in the top 10 after one bad season because, again, they've been a pillar of the college football era. It was always, what was the conversation? Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma. Which 3 of those 4 are going to make the playoffs before the season?
Absolutely.
Every single year. And so they're not maybe back to that quite yet, but they're not far away. And they're doing it a different way. Those teams that we talked about with Lincoln Riley, they were not interested in playing defense. No. Right? They had generational type quarterbacks. They went out there, set records, and they outscored you.
And they had sneaky generational wide receivers as well for a while there. When you, I mean, think about all the guys, Hollywood, Mims. They were putting first rounders in the NFL.
Yes, and so they had that, but this team feels more balanced and could end up being a better overall team than even those teams were. So I love the matchup. I think these teams are so close to each other. They both have so many strengths. They don't have a lot of weaknesses. But I do think with the way Quinn Ewers has played, certainly in the clutch, and how he throws the deep ball, I've never really seen anybody do it. And I was talking about this with Colt McCoy yesterday. He's like, look, he's got as much arm talent as I've ever seen. Now, Colt played 14 years in the NFL. Colt McCoy's seen a lot of arm talent.
Yeah.
He's played with a lot of quarterbacks.
He said that about Gabriel?
He said this about Quinn Ewers.
About Ewers, yeah.
I mean, because he throws those deep balls, they go up so high, they give the moon a little smooch on the cheek, and they come right back down.
Well,
I mean,
that one
it's
Alabama
incredible.
deep ball was probably, I don't know, well, is it the throw of the season? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I could call that because of how ridiculous the arc on it was.
And you talk about anticipation earlier. Like, he threw that to a spot that Mitchell wasn't even, or Worthy wasn't even close to.
Yeah.
Like, just, I mean, 17 yards ahead of where he was at the point and that high arc and then drop it down. And Colt was saying, look, he can make all of the off-platform throws. He can sit in the pocket and make the throws. He said there's a reason why he was a perfect recruit. He said now all the other things weren't there with, you know, kind of the way he went about his business and maybe what he did in the classroom as far as studying and all those type of things.
Yeah, and again, it's weird with Ewers because he doesn't have the overwhelming stats that a lot of these other quarterbacks have. If you're talking about Shadur, Ward, Penix, Daniels, Caleb Williams is actually just on another level than everybody right now. But Ewers doesn't have that, but he does have the best win. And if he beats Oklahoma, Jake, he'll have the best 2 wins in the entire country, right?
If they go out and they beat Oklahoma, and
that's the number 1 team. It's crazy. I hate to say it, but Texas will be number. God, I could not have been more wrong. Jesus Christ.
So right now in the AP poll,
I guess I have to be right this weekend though, because I said both were going to suck. So one of them has to lose.
Yeah, for sure. In the AP poll, Georgia's still sitting there at number 1. They play their first ranked team this weekend against Kentucky. They got 35 first-place votes. And Michigan at 2 has 12. Texas at 3 has 10. Ohio State has 1. And Florida State has 4. If they go out there and they beat Oklahoma after beating Alabama and even their other wins, like against Rice and Wyoming, those teams are winning games, you have to really consider Texas being the number 1 team in the country. Their resume would be hard to deny. Now, if Georgia goes out there and beats Kentucky, again, they're going to give Georgia the benefit of the doubt, and it's going to be their best win to date, and so they're going to stay number 1. But I would say that goes from 10 first-place votes to 20.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to. No, it's like I don't buy this idea, and we could talk more about Georgia and Michigan in a second, because they're both playing awful schedules, and just objectively, Michigan's handling it way better. And I can show you numbers that prove it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't buy this idea that Georgia shouldn't get passed up because, and look at this from the chat. Bilbo saying that I guess him and Emil were hanging out last night, or maybe it was in the OTB Discord, which I should check, but I never do. Says Texas has played more teams with a higher winning percentage than anyone else.
Yeah.
Combined records, the team that Texas has faced is 17-8. Oregon's teams are 8-13. USC's are 6-19, and Oklahoma's are 13-12.
Yeah.
So not bad, but Texas has clearly played the superior schedule, and they've handled it all. Like, again, what stands out to me is Texas handling somewhat Wyoming, because again, Wyoming's good, but then how they did Kansas this last weekend, and the fact that even though, because Kansas is a good team, and Kansas had it close for a while, but the second Kansas wobbled, it knocked them out.
Yeah, they did.
And
they've
there's something
done
to be
that
said
to,
for that.
They did to Wyoming.
Yep.
Same situation. Like whenever you showed that weakness, they kind of pounce on that. So if you're, and I hate saying it like this, but if you're like just a college football casual and you only root for one team and you don't maybe watch the totality of it, then you don't know that Rice has JT Daniels at quarterback, and actually Rice is playing some good football, or Wyoming beat Texas Tech and they're playing some good football. And so like those wins to me, they're not against the who's who, but they're quality wins. And then you beat the teams like Alabama, and if you beat Oklahoma, your resume is going to tell that you should be the #1 team in the country. Because I think Michigan, like in my heart of hearts, if I was to have an AP ballot and I was saying, okay, who do I think? Well, I'd go Michigan.
Yeah.
But it also has to be, well, what do you know as well when you fill out your ballot? And I feel like we lose some of that. Certainly in the coaches poll. The coaches poll, Georgia has 59 first-place votes.
That's a bunch of SIDs.
I know.
Right?
And Michigan has 1. Ohio State has 2. Texas has 1. Washington has 1.
That's why on the Snaps top 10, Texas is actually number 1. I think we had Washington 2, then Michigan, then Georgia.
Tell me if I'm off base on this. I think Texas wins this game handily. I mean, I don't actually
struggle
think
to get the handle.
If one team does win it like that, it will be Texas.
Yes, I do.
I mean, I'm looking at the side by side, like who they've played. Like I understand Oklahoma's look good, but like, who's the best team they've played so far? Cincinnati.
I know, but you got to be careful with that though. That's they went to Cincinnati.
I know, I get it.
It's a dangerous game to play.
Look, Texas
They've handled
has
their
beaten
business,
Wyoming handily. They're 4-1. Kansas is a good team. They took down Alabama, and they honestly could have won that game by more than 10 points.
That's why Oklahoma is statistically superior, because they played a softer schedule. But so like that's one of the things that I love about Connolly. The entire S&P system is opponent adjusted. So what it factors in are you beating these teams in the manner that you should? And we get into it. Michigan is beating the bad teams in the manner that they should. Georgia is not. Right. Oklahoma, if nothing else, is beating the teams in above expectation. So how much of that translates to an actual good team, we'll find out. I'm with Jake. I struggle to think it would be a blowout, but to your point, Taylor, if it was, it would be Texas.
I'll tell you what makes the difference is Jonathan Brooks. Like this guy's not getting enough credit because everybody's like, oh, well, how are they going to replace Bijan? The guy's got 600 yards rushing in only 5 games, averaging 7 yards per carry. I mean, he was the difference last week because in that ball game, it was 14-14 for a little while, Texas and Kansas. And then you turn it on, and what do they do? They're like, we're just going to hand it to Brooks. And he ended up with, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns in that game? I mean, he carried them in the second half of that game. I think he's going to be the difference.
So 3rd in the country right now in yards per game, but only 17 attempts a game.
Yeah.
Ray Davis up there as well at 4, and granted 300 yards to do it, but Ray Davis right now, 4th in the country at 118 per, only 15 carries a game. Ray Davis is averaging 7-8 a carry. Yeah. He's got 8 touchdowns.
Baller.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean that's similar to Brooks. Brooks has 700 all-purpose yards already, 6 touchdowns.
How about this though? ESPN's matchup predictor has Oklahoma winning this game. I know. Look, you're a fan of that. That's the same analytics that you're talking about.
It's a different equation, but it's the same thing. It's supposed to be predictive. Yes.
Same team that puts the analytics together.
They're trying to do both FPI and S&P are not results-based. They're play-by-play based, and it is forward-facing. It's trying to think about, okay, what will happen, like what's sustainable going into the future. So, yes, they're both trying to accomplish the same goal.
57.7% Oklahoma.
To me, the problem with that is just that I want, whatever, and I can't make this call until I watch some Oklahoma film closely this week. But I think, like, my eyes tell me that Texas is better in the trenches, right? And I think that'll be the difference in this game. But we'll see if that is actually the case or not. Like, we're going to learn.
We're going to learn today. Or Saturday, really.
Ray Davis, second in the country with 150 yards from scrimmage per game.
And Georgia gave up over 200 on the ground against Auburn. Just saying.
Yeah, the big blue wall.
Just saying.
Big blue wall. Hey, Georgia can't stop the run really without Jalen Carter. There ain't no who's the other giant from 2 years ago?
God, they had a giant.
Brandon Davis.
Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis. Excuse me. Jordan Davis.
They had a giant for like 5 straight
and Jalen
years.
Carter. That's what I'm saying. And if you remember last year, Jalen Carter got hurt, missed 4 games, and Georgia struggled to stop the run. That's when Mizzou almost beat him.
That's true.
So they have not been able to replace Jalen Carter this year. All right, when we get back, more college football talk. Key locked, OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What do we got? All-Star Toyota. BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com is a great website where you can explore the broad collection over there at All-Star, what they got on site. You can custom order with All-Star Toyota, All-Star Express. You can start to check out the deals and prices on your Siennas, Tundras, Sequoias, Camrys. Whether you're looking at lease, Toyota certified used vehicle where you still get warranty coverage at a great price. If you want to buy something new, just need to rent. Trust me, guys, All-Star loves OTB. And if you love OTB, you'll love All-Star. So go check them out today, All-Star Toyota, Baton Rouge.
Yeah, go to the website. You will see right there on the top of the website, Rent a Toyota. You click on that. It's going to pull up everything they have available, which if you listen to the show, you know that is everything. Everything they have available over at All-Star, they have available in that rental process, per-day rental prices as well. So check that out. Again, if you want a sedan, if you want a midsize, full-size SUV, they got the Sienna, the Tundra. Everything is available. Check it out, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Life in Louisiana is like a run-on sentence. A poem that doesn't rhyme. Life is here, now. For life's moments, big and small, always there. The right card, the right care.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents.
Charles join us for the Wednesday edition of Live at Lunch. We are at Roca Pizzeria on Government Street in Mid-City. Professional handicapper Randy McKay is with us, and Wes Reynolds as well. Live at Lunch, 11 a.m. weekdays on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash.
he did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From my
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Did y'all see some of the... Is Twitter down?
I don't think so. It's working for me.
Huh.
At least it was a
No,
second
it ain't working.
ago.
It ain't working for me. None of it is. Is my internet working? Anyway, saw a rumor yesterday that some Michigan State donors want to hire Urban Meyer. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that if you just fired your coach for cause for allegedly harassing a woman, and not to say that Urban, let's just say you wouldn't have to say harassing. Let's say for getting, for having a greasy situation for a woman, right? I think it goes further than that, but whatever. You can believe whatever you want. Agree. I don't know, like, if that's what you're coming out of, I don't think you can go Urban, right? Like, there's no way. Now, there is one place that could maybe go Urban. What does Big Cat always talk about on Twitter?
Coffee.
Well, actually, yeah. But no. Sometimes to go forward, you got to go back.
Florida. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That'd be something.
Florida. Bring Urban back. Please do it, because I think Urban sucks now.
For what
Maybe
it's-
I'm wrong.
for
But
what
the
it's-
Jacksonville thing went horrible.
Before we move on, for what it's worth, Bruce Feldman tweeted out this morning saying that the reports linking Urban Meyer to Michigan State, he checked with Urban Meyer, and there's zero truth to it.
Well, yeah. Again, obviously, because you cannot, after what you just fired Mel Tucker for, you cannot have Urban Meyer as the as the answer. I always think about that picture of him in his steakhouse. Just the most wildly egotistical, narcissistic move. Again, not that I've any look. If Urban and his wife's relationship is what it is. Y'all do whatever you do. I don't care about the actual It just to be an NFL head coach, to have the team fly back alone while you stay and party at your steakhouse, and to be getting greasy in public and think that nobody's gonna see you, man. Chew is bold, boy.
I can't believe the Jaguars made that hire. Even still, that was a disaster from the very start and very predictable.
What's up with Trevor Lawrence? Is he good this year? What's going on? Are the Jags good? Were we all wrong?
I mean, they beat the Falcons.
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
Pretty good.
They look good. Oh, by the way, Toy Story game. I finally got to watch the replay. Very good. I thought Boog killed it. I thought Boog did a great job. Yeah, look at Herb, dude. What a legend. Toasted. I mean, look, that's me. It's down the line, so I get it. But I'm not an NFL head coach to let the team fly back without me after a bad loss.
Everybody in the South is 2-2. So
That right hand's doing some work, Bo.
What's it doing? Work?
Yeah. Doing some work in the twerk zone.
Mining holes.
Yeah. Just copping feels, seeing things out, feeling things out. Somebody else also Brett McMurphy also pointed out on Twitter. I can't get Twitter to load. Mario, we have 40 days of football in a row.
Yes, starting today. Let's see. Scroll to the tweet.
So who plays on Wednesday?
Some action.
Action and Sunbelt.
Action was Tuesday.
Well, Fun Belt is Wednesdays.
Okay, so yeah, so I'm saying Action's Tuesdays, Fun Belt is Wednesdays, NFL Thursdays. We always got some Friday college games. Obviously, college Saturdays, NFL Sundays.
And then
Mondays,
Monday night football.
Yeah, there you go.
Tuesday, yeah.
49 straight days starting tonight. You have Jacksonville State and Middle Tennessee tonight. FIU at New Mexico State after.
Are you gonna do the Are you gonna do the
Get there.
Are you gonna do the Josh Hartnett 40 Days and Nights Challenge during it?
What's that?
What?
No climaxing for 40 days.
You don't know that?
I've never heard of that.
No, Josh Hartnett's probably.
I've
Even
seen
though he's
the-
back.
I've seen the
He's back,
movie.
baby.
Yeah, in a big way.
He's back in Oppenheimer.
The movie's good. I just didn't know there was a challenge.
Well, no, I mean, there's not really.
Okay.
I thought that was November.
Plus, it's also
Yeah, that's
it's also
you're talking about. No, November.
Yeah.
it's also
okay.
30 days.
Is it?
I thought
Yeah.
the movie was 40.
I thought the movie was 40 days.
40 days. Wow.
30 days
sure?
of darkness. Yep.
No.
You're thinking about the vampire movie.
Yeah, with Josh Hartnett.
Yes. Okay.
What are you thinking?
Fair. Yeah, okay. Is this a bit? Is this a good bit? If this is a bit, I'm proud of you. If this is a bit.
What are you
Is this a
thinking?
bit?
There is a movie, a 2002 romantic comedy, little rom-com that had Josh Hartnett. It was called 40 Days and 40 Nights, where you could not
Climax for 40
enjoy
days.
I've heard of the
extracurricular
movie.
activities.
I've never seen it.
So you thought that 30
I thought you were
Days of
talking-
Night was part vampire, part Josh Hartnett can't climax?
No. That's what I'm saying. I was like, I thought you were talking about the Josh Hartnett movie, like that I was talking about.
30
and I was
Days of
like,
Night.
yeah, and I was like, well, I've seen the movie, but I don't understand what challenge you're talking about. No, I didn't know.
Yeah, 30 Days of Night challenge is you're not allowed to be exposed to sunlight for 30 days, and you have to survive a vampire onslaught on your snowy
Aaron
village.
Rodgers could do it.
Probably could.
No,
He
I've
has a
heard
lot
of 40
experience.
Days, 40 Nights. I didn't know he was in it, so like
Yeah.
I didn't make the connection. Nope,
Shout out Oppenheimer. Shout out Hartnett.
no bit, just me.
That's so
Yeah.
funny to cross those wires. Greg says he's going to keep the stop rate spreadsheet going. I agree, Greg. Please do. We will continue to report on it on the show if you do. Mario. Okay, I have more college football that I want to talk, but Mario Pelican actually. No, because just look at the clock. Let's do this.
I can give you a summary this football season. if you
No.
want
I'm gonna let you get a little. I'll give you. We'll do media day next break. So Michigan and Georgia are interesting right now because they're both awesome. They both played awful schedules, right? Georgia remains ranked above, but there is a key difference. First off, stat of the day. Michigan has yet to allow a single play inside their own 10-yard line. Nobody's run a single play all season long inside their own 10. The other thing is Michigan is not covering, which is normally a sign of a bad team. I think they're 1-2-1. But it's because right now their starters only play 45 minutes. Michigan is outscoring opponents 42-7 in the first quarter, 58-6 in the second, 55-0 in the third, and then it's 17 all in the fourth. So they're like, all right, 45 and you're out, literally. You look at like Blake Corum's carries, 24 in the first, 20 in the second, 26 in the third, 4 in the fourth. So Michigan, because they're not covering, is not a sign of a bad team. They're almost too good. In fact, I wonder if they'll be conditioned for an actual 60-minute battle, but we can talk about that later. Georgia, on the other hand, the complete inverse, Jake, 17-17 in the first. Now, 72-21 in the second, 63-7 in the third, so getting together 41-20 in the fourth. But what you're seeing is simply that, like, okay, snaps when the game is within 20 or fewer points. Michigan's had 175. That is the second fewest. Georgia, 269, 37th fewest. So when you're comparing two teams that are similar in a lot of ways and haven't played anybody, Michigan has done a much better job than Georgia within not playing anybody. And at the end of the day, I think J.J. McCarthy's playing lights out right now and will continue to get better and better, whereas I'm not sure about Carson Beck. That is why I like Michigan over Georgia.
It's not even like, not just Carson Beck. I mean, he's been okay at times. I think it's just everybody. I think it's the entire roster.
Yeah.
Now, the running backs are still out there doing big things. Receivers are kind of what you thought they would be. And when you look at the defense, it's certainly been softer than it has been. I don't mean like physicality soft. I'm talking about there's been more soft spaces in the defense than there has been because they don't have that dog just right there in the middle of it where it's like a space eater and you can't get anywhere.
I agree. And yeah, so I mean that's why I like Michigan. If somebody tries to come here with Georgia today, you tell Michigan. Say Georgia doesn't start fast. Michigan does. That's it. All right, when we get back, we'll do a little Pelicans media day here at OTB.
OTB, OT. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
His name was King. He had a horse along the countryside. I saw him ride. One day they found him.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
This Sunday, as we bring you 3 different NFL games, we'll start at the noon kickoff. That's the Carolina Panthers against the Detroit Lions. Immediately following that, we'll bring you Eagles Rams, and then the nightcap, the Dallas Cowboys and San Francisco 49ers. So tune in on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Congratulations to Taylor Broad. Taylor is our Week 5 winner in the 2023 Twin Peaks College Football Pick'em Contest. Don't forget to make your picks for Week 6 by noon this Thursday. Play the 2023 Twin Peaks College Football Pick'em today at 1045ESPN.com.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Welcome back, OTB. Taker.
I used to try so hard to do the white eyes thing. I can't do it still.
Can't either. Ow.
Yeah, that happens.
I think my eyes are going to get stuck that way.
Yeah, let's not do that.
I was wondering where my eyes going bad. I wonder if it's what my grandpa always told me. Hope not. Pelicans Media Day.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
I didn't really look into too much of it. I saw Zion's not smiling. They tried to get Zion to smile for pictures. He literally said, nope, can't do it this year. I don't hate it. You know, I've always been someone when you take pictures, kind of lean into who you are, your personality. And he's definitely a smiley personality. But I understand the context of what he's been through and how everybody views him. I kind of understand he arrives at this sort of more aggressive posturing place where it's like no smiles this season, all business.
I respect it. At the end of the day, it's not a huge deal. We're talking about Zion not smiling, right? But
we also talked about him running, but there was no video.
Yeah. There's no video of it.
Yeah.
It happened, though.
Yeah.
Hey.
Wait.
He looked good yesterday.
Video, what are we talking about?
He was running sprints, dude.
Okay.
Word is he ran a 3.7 40-yard dash.
Well, that's not true. I mean, Taylor's saying that is not
all
true.
right,
Taylor's making that up.
Actually talk about the Pelicans?
No, chill out.
Well, no, Zion looked great yesterday. I mean, that is an actual Pelican talking point. I thought physically he looked great.
My point was I called him out a little bit on this show for being immature through the whole Mariah Mills thing and laughing and snickering with his stepdad. That's kind of been the vibe the last few media days, right? With the fans not being so happy because of the situation with him. I respect that he's at least, kind of acknowledging the fan base. And who was the guy that said blank ain't funny? Didn't want to smile. Cam Thomas from LSU. Yeah, that was a famous meme.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not funny right now.
Ain't
so
blank funny.
I respect that.
Yeah. Smile after you've won something. I thought this Larry Nance piece that you put in here was interesting. Where remember last year Larry Nance talked about playing through injury, and he was asked about why he talked about it. And as he wrote here, he didn't elaborate on who the message was for, but just talked about the difference between being hurt and being injured and showing that you can give it all while you're hurt. Who is he talking about?
Well, the Zion thing was a freaking disaster. Using just context clues and common sense, it seems like he did not want to play when the team said he was ready to play. That's just kind of me speculating, but it could also be talking about Brandon Ingram.
I think it's both.
Missed 41 games, ankle injury. Some people in the organization reportedly were upset. Could be talking about that. I don't think he's talking about himself or Jose Alvarado, who also tried to play through some pain last year, made it worse. He ended up missing the rest of the season. But the good news is it looks like they will both be ready for the first game, at least according to Larry.
Yeah, so I think he was talking about Ingram, and Ingram's up for an extension already, which sounds a bit surprising. Also, I don't know, after last year's injury BS, I don't know if I can commit to an extension with Ingram.
That's fair. It's a fair criticism, and the team was clearly mad at him too. But remember what he did the last 15 or so games. Like the Pelicans aren't even in position to make the play-in without his play.
No, I know, but I can't trust that you're going to be available after last season.
That's fair.
It was a minor injury that stretched into 41 games.
Yeah, and it's worth criticism. I'm not saying B.I. is blameless, but he probably knew it was a contract year, read the writing on the wall with Zion, maybe didn't want to exert himself so he can be, better this season.
But then you don't get an extension.
That we'll see.
They extended Zion.
Zion's different, though, because Zion, when he's at his peak, is his peak's way higher. Brandon.
but-
Brandon
No, I
awesome.
get it,
He's
but
an
I'm saying
all-star.
like he had more injury concerns at the time than Ingram.
He's also
I mean,
accomplished more as a Pelican than Zion, just objectively.
Yeah,
Just
but
by-
you extend Zion also because he's your number 1 overall pick, and you have to. You can't let number 1 overall pick walk away and then go ball out somewhere
For
else.
sure, but Brandon Ingram's your franchise player, and he's still getting better. He's only, 26 years old?
I'm a big BI fan, but if he wants an extension, he's got to prove it this year and
That's
play
fair.
more.
He better be more durable this season. I'm not saying that's not the case, and that's what Larry's kind of echoing.
Yeah, you don't get an extension if you're not going to play.
No, but he's a beast. I have high expectations for him this season. He made the All-Star game 3 years ago. I think that could be the case again this year. Hopefully he stays healthy.
That's been 3 years now.
Yeah, this is
That's a little
fifth season.
disappointing.
Fifth season with New Orleans. He's been here a minute.
Yeah, and when BI's on and he's in takeover mode, he's got that fourth quarter killer instinct. It's great. He is the reason why you don't make the playoffs last year.
That's
because he missed all those games.
That's fair.
Because I don't even care about that. Like, I was relying on BI because I've relied on him in the past and he rewarded you, whereas you never really relied on Zion. So whatever, it was what it was.
That is a fair criticism. And for what it's worth, David Griffin, in one of his quotes, said that, like, they don't have a true alpha. Those were his words. They don't have, like, a true number one leader.
wow.
So he has to kind of look for leadership collectively. I think that was kind of talking about BI without talking about BI also.
What are they saying about Trey Murphy's meniscus?
So he's going to miss the start of the season. Like they said, the timeline, like 2 to 3 weeks, I think, from the start of the season. But my point in my media day observation is he's hurt right now. That's why a lot of people are not talking about Trey Murphy. But he finished the season really strong last season, and I have really high expectations for him this year. Like, this is somebody who y'all know what it is because y'all have seen the Pelicans, but across the NBA is maybe a little underrated.
Yeah, look at that. From January, he was averaging 12 points a game, 58 true shooting percentage. In April, it was 23 points a game on 69%. And actually carried 69% through March and April. So, nice job. Trey Murphy.
I mean, those are really good numbers. True shooting percentage, by the way, is factoring in your field goal percentage, free throw percentage, and three-pointers.
I am very excited.
Are you?
Yep.
Really?
No, 100%. Absolutely. I think Zion's gonna be a beast. I think he's gonna go off. And I think that I know you can smirk at me all you want, Taylor. You can side eye me all you want, but no, I think.
I'm gonna be so on top of Taylor if Zion just plays all the games.
Y'all realize though, like that would be the exception to the rule.
For sure.
Like y'all would be saying that, which is fine because you've been waiting to say it, but
Hey.
it's not crazy for Taylor to think that.
100%.
You keep betting on black,
crazy
and eventually that ball's got to land on black. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
actually not factual.
Not factual. That's true. Like
Yeah.
technically, in true randomness, it could just stay red forever.
It's crazy for me.
but probably not.
It's crazy for me to think that, but my point is, if he just plays healthy, he is. If he just stays healthy, he is that guy.
How about this, Jake? I think Taylor's an idiot, and I think he's wrong, and I think Zion's a man, and he's going to ball out and not get hurt all year long. How about that?
If he doesn't get hurt, he will ball out all year long.
Yeah, Taylor.
I mean, he's
defend
good.
yourself.
Look, he's good when he plays. I'm not saying he's not a good player. It's just he never plays. He
Brandon
did
says
this in
Zion's gonna
college
go
too.
off for 28 games.
Yeah, that's a fair criticism.
Yeah, that's exactly my
That's
concern.
a fair criticism, man. I'm just talking about your quips, like the 3, 4, 7, 40, and everything.
I gave you 30 and 15 for 28. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, he'll be a top 10 player for like a quarter of the season. That's what he's always done.
We'll see. But the Pelicans have a lot. You know, they're still a deep team. It wasn't just the injuries to Zion. Like you're saying, the injury to Brandon Ingram killed him. The injury to Alvarado killed him. Like, come on, man. Hopefully the new medical staff can
They
prevent a
still
little
got
bit
any
of this.
shooting, though, do they?
Huh?
That's the only thing that worries me.
Yeah, Jordan Hawkins, who they drafted from UConn.
They're already talking about putting him in the G League. Like, Willie Green hates playing young players. It took until the end of last season for him to play Trey Murphy. as many
Hey,
minutes
let's
he
take
should've.
Kyra Lewis in the lottery. Let's take Jordan Hawkins in the lottery. Let's take Dyson Daniels in the lottery, and let's find a way not to play them.
Yeah, dude.
Well, it was one of these T-Bob wasn't here, so I think he missed the conversation. But the all three of us were like, dream scenario, you're picking at 13 or 14. Who was it? We all said Jordan Hawkins because you needed 3-point shooting. He was there. He could play the 1. He could play the 2. He could shoot from the outside. You get that guy, and you're not going to play him.
Yeah.
Look, if you want to join the flock, you gotta prove that you can be a member of the squad first. Okay.
Yeah.
Get down to the squadron, ball out, and then welcome to the big leagues.
And that
boys.
was before
That's
we
not
move
how
on.
the NBA works, though. It's not minor league baseball.
That was kind of one of my
Pelicans
main.
work it like minor league baseball.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Zephyrs.
Yeah.
That was kind of one of my main observations was like Willie Green, I thought took a lot of accountability. He had an awesome rookie season, got the Pelicans to the playoffs, but last year he got in his head a lot. And even with the injuries, he did not have a very good second season. They hired James Borrego, former head coach with the Hornets. He did some good individual work, at least statistically, with like LaMelo Ball and some other guys. So hopefully it can help the Pelicans offense. They talked about him a lot yesterday.
Beret we go into the last segment of the show. Next on OTB.
OTB, OT.
ITI Technical College, iticollege.edu, now celebrating 50 years of changing lives, helping young people get careers that benefit them for years, for decades, y'all, 50 years, and they take care of you every step along the way. Go meet with a counselor, see how you can kind of customize the schedule. If you work full-time, that's fine. And in just 2 years, you get that AOS degree, and you are set up for life. During the process, they'll help you find what you're into. They'll help you set up mock interviews. They'll help you set up internships, potential jobs. Look, if you want to change your life, it's right there off our airline highway. It's a local family-owned trade school, ITI Technical College.
Yeah, the campus will blow you away. I mean, T-Bob mentioned right where it's at, and you're going to walk in, you're going to see it set up for your success. So go see that today off Airline Highway, always online at iticollege.edu. Have that conversation with admissions, right? They're going to help you and help your future, iticollege.edu.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
The importance of doing this Fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance jobs, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the Fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a Fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. I think we're rocking and rolling.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second.
Excellent. Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. Glenn West of Go 24/7 talking Tigers. Sharif Ishak from WDSU talking Saints. Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
A spooky, scary skeleton shouts startling, shrilly screams. They'll sneak under sarcophagus and just won't leave you be.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Coors Light, Fizzy Hard Seltzer, and Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus Wheat. Let's take this song off the Halloween playlist. I get no Halloween vibes from this.
Okay.
Oh, wait. No, I love Spooky Scary Skeletons.
Yeah, I was like, this is like a staple. Like, we definitely played this.
No, never mind. I thought it was a different version. That's on me. Hand up. That's on me. I threw the pick. Oh, no crap. It's on you. You threw the pick. You just pull a little Daniel Jones. Why does Daniel Jones look so stupid? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that not the thing that works against him more than anything else?
That's just so mean. Yeah.
Well, okay. Taylor, give me a Daniel Jones face, please. Just look up Daniel Jones' face on Twitter, and there's a million of them. I mean, he just looks so stupid and confused all the time. God, yeah, I actually love Spooky Scary Skeleton. I'm sorry. Yeah, like it's always that face. It's like it's so shocked. He has no eyelids. His eyes are so wide all the time. Eyes are very close to one another.
As win games. I mean, was Eli not kind of similar?
Yeah, for
before
sure.
him.
Yeah, for sure.
Win games, look less stupid.
Yeah, I don't think it's why he's bad. I think when you're bad and you have a face like that, though, that's why he's so memeable.
Yeah, very memeable.
All right. Ask the Bench, brought by Cold Coors Light, Fizzy Hard Seltzer, and Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus Sweet. Oh, that's true, Rohit. Rohit says he looks like Jim Carrey. He does have actually a little Jim Carrey. Bill says, why does he look like a Cartoon Network character? He does kind of look like that as well. Real quick, do want to remind you, go to DraftKings Sportsbook app. Right now on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, if you're signed up for the first time, use the promo code Baton Rouge. You bet $5 on an NFL game, you get $200 in bonus bets instantly, guys. Also, if you're a return customer, every single game day during this October, we got some great sweeteners for you, okay? Just some abilities to get a little extra juice, little extra winnings, have a little extra fun, okay? So remember, DraftKings, official sports betting partner of the NFL. The crown is yours. Can't wait for another pontoon parlay this weekend, boys. Must be 21 or older, physically present in Louisiana. Select parishes only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Eligibility, deposit restrictions apply. Terms of sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms. Lightspeed partner, Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-426-2537.
Oh, my God.
LSU's 4-4 in their last 8, giving up 38 in a loss to A&M, 50 in a loss to Georgia, 45 in a loss to Florida State, and 55 in a loss to Ole Miss. And 2 of the wins against Purdue and Grambling. That ain't good, man. Oh, well.
No Friday games in the pontoon parlay.
God, this is no Friday games. I agree. This is hilarious. Ben Levy, Daniel Jones looks like a Pixar drawing of a handsome guy. God, he really does. Ask the Bench, was LSU's offensive performance against Mississippi State the equivalent of Mississippi State's offensive performance against LSU in 2020? Oh, because it was like kind of an outlier for the rest of the season. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it took me a minute to do the math, but yeah. Drink Coors Light.
OTB OT.
Rejuve Medical. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. You want to look like a handsome young Pixar boy? You want to go to Rejuve me. And it's not just male, though. Male, female, 20, 30, 40, 50, andropause, menopause, facial, aging, mood and memory problems, weight gain. All of it's treatable. Okay? You can age while remaining feeling young. And at Rejuve me, they help you accomplish those goals with a plan that is customized to you and what your labs say you need. So go get that free consultation today. Baton Rouge, Metairie, Slidell, and Shreveport. RejuveMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me.
They can help you with mood and memory problems, fatigue and insomnia, weight gain, or maybe you can't lose weight. You're wondering what's going on because you're doing a lot of the same things that you've always done to lose weight and it's just not working anymore. Well, they can help you get an answer over at RejuveMe, but you got to get that consultation set up. You can do it at RejuveMeMedical.com.
Life in Louisiana is a song. A symphony of sound, colors, and movement. Life is here, now. For life's moments, big and small, always there. The right card, the right care.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luber for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's